It's a very good morning and welcome to match 24 of the 2025 Top End T20 Series, proudly brought to you by Tourism NT. It's the Melbourne Renegades Academy up against the Hobart Hurricanes Academy. We are at the absolutely gorgeous Gardens Oval. It is looking sensational, as it always does. May we begin this broadcast by acknowledging the Larrakia people, traditional owners of the land that we're on. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people watching this broadcast. My name's Pete Laser, joined by the great Jack Doyle, Tracy Village's own. Jack Doyle, great to have you here, mate.
Good to be here, Pete. Thanks for having me.
We are just watching the Renegades and the Hurricanes here. It's going to be a really important game for both sides, and we'll get into why that is shortly. A little bit earlier on, though, we had the bat flip with the two captains and the umpires. They're out in the middle of Gardens Oval, a unique ground, it's fair to say, with long straight boundaries and fairly short square of the wicket. And we'll take a look at that bat flip a little bit earlier on. The two captains today, of course, Ollie Peake is taking the reins for the Renegades, Brad Hope for the Hurricanes. Yeah, the skipper's just sort of wandering over. I don't think they quite knew what was happening at the time. Now, it was a little bit earlier on. Normally we do it 30 minutes before, but on this occasion they wanted in. The home game for the Renegades, in inverted commas. The call was the Hurricanes. The Renegades said, we won the toss, we're going to have a bowl first. So we're going to see the Hurricanes have a hit, Joe.
Yeah, we are. Looking forward to seeing change the batting order here. Young Zach Curtin, as we see, listed to come out and open the batting. He's playing some club cricket up here at the Southern Districts Crocs Cricket Club, coming into this with some good form too, off the back of a century a couple of weeks ago.
Century against you, it sounds a little personal there, Jack, but that's okay. So we're looking forward to seeing Curtin there. And the Renegades line, as we said, we've got Ollie Peake at the top. We're looking forward to seeing him play. Who are you looking forward to here?
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Peake take the reins today as captain. Obviously a young 18-year-old, played a bit of first-class cricket now for Vic and a lot of underage stuff in the Aussie 19s. Looking forward to see Lachlan Bangs as well down the order. He's played a bit of local cricket up here in Darwin. Expect to see him take the ball early with some left-arm pace and some big hitting towards the end of the innings.
Harry Dixon, of course, played for the Stars Academy last year and hit them really well. He got away, so plenty of players.
Are you looking to hit your studies for six? Make the move to Australia's Northern Territory and start a world-class partnership where your potential can glide through boundaries and you can rack up runs in places you never imagined. Enjoy our laid-back lifestyle and help us build what's next. When this over is over, think about getting on a good wicket and consider studying in Australia's Northern Territory. Authorised by the Northern Territory Government, Darwin.
David Moody with ball in hand. A false start as the umpire just makes sure the scorers are ready, which inevitably they are. Left-handed Radhakrishnan will be facing the first ball. Renegades, 2 wins, 2 losses. Hurricanes, 1 and 3. Both sides looking for an elusive victory in their 5th game this tournament. All sides playing 6 games, 11-game tournament, 11-team tournament. Hasn't it just grown year on year? Looking forward to this one, Jack. Here we go, David Moody. Straight away on the money, goes through for a quick single. Hit it, it stumps, and that's a big appeal. The umpire, and they're going to come back for a second. Cricket is a very unfair game. There's been about 19 things happening in that first ball. Jack, try and decipher it for us.
That's T20 cricket for you. Off to a flying start here as Peake with a direct hit there. Looked close shout there for the umpire. Decides not out. Wild throw there from Bangs into the keeper to kick off proceedings.
Good start from the skipper though, hitting the pegs from mid-off. But by hitting the pegs, they've got an overthrow. So 2 off the first ball. Radhakrishnan's away. And that's it beautifully through mid-wicket. It's a quick outfield here. A little bit slow in the mornings though, and will be picked up just inside the boundary. I don't think we're going to see too many all-run 3s square of the wicket here.
No, there won't be many 3s square of the wicket, Pete. Big straight boundaries, as you touched on. 89-metre hit straight, just a 49-metre hit square. So
89 metres straight. It's a big hit. There's no breeze to speak of this morning. Another perfect Darwin morning, not surprisingly. Caught up with the Renegades coach earlier on, Cameron White, and did mention that being a weather guru here in Darwin's probably the easiest job in the world.
Especially in the dry season. Yep, absolutely.
They need 2 slides, 33 in thunderstorms or 33 in dry. They're the 2 seasons, but that's probably simplifying it just a touch. Shorter and just turned around the corner. Christian will take 1. Scoring for every ball. We're seeing that in this tournament. There's that intent to score on each and every ball. You get 120 opportunities, you've got to make the most of all of them.
Yeah, I think with the addition now of the obviously 4 over power play, 2 over power surge, which is new to the tournament this year, really places some extra importance on those first 4 overs. Be interesting to see the bowling plans here with the short square boundaries.
Like the young skipper as well, Ollie Peake. He's been in and around the Aussie squad a little bit as well.
Yeah, highly rated through the system. And a rookie state contract in the 25-26 season.
Beautiful shot off the toes to get away from Curtin. You heard earlier, Jack is in pretty good form. Now, Ollie Peake is rated highly, but has he made a youth test triple century like his dad on the MCG against India?
Is that right?
Clinton was an unbelievable player. Triple century.
That's fair going.
Oh.
Peake actually represented the Australia A side up here in Darwin recently during the July 2025 matches against Sri Lanka, where he
got some runs.
Yeah, scored a 92, career high, first class score there.
Again, just a little straight at the minute, but protection. As soon as the ball wasn't moving too much, the slip comes out and into mid-wicket. These are the changes you've got to make, though. You see changes each and every ball in T20. And as soon as you see the ball not swinging and you think, well, we're not a chance for an edge, you've got to get those fielders into run-saving positions.
Yeah, you touched on it earlier. There's only 120 run-scoring or run-saving opportunities, so it's just such a quick, fast-moving game.
Wickets are the best way and the easiest way to stop the run rate, though. We've seen that plenty of times. Once again, flicks that backward as square. The first one hard, in and out, and we'll get back for 2. So, good over from the Hurricanes. Both Curtin and Radhakrishnan looking steady at the crease. 9 coming from Dave Moovie's first over after the Renegades won the bat flip, elected to bowl first. Stands are a little empty. A couple of supporters come in, but nice little conglomeration on the hill. We saw John Lemire's folks, maybe uncle as well. They look very similar.
Yeah, they do, and you might see that change throughout the day. You might see people move over to the stands as the sun starts to move further and further above us. See some nice shade here on the hill at the moment.
Sunscreen at a premium here. So remembering, for the first 4 overs, it is the power play overs. Only the 2 fielders allowed out, so there's a deep backward square and more a deep backward point, really. Short third inside the circle. It's going to be Xavier Crone. Spoke of Jai Lemire. This is his Carlton teammate, a former Carlton teammate, I should say. He's moved clubs this off-season. Big appeal. Sounded a little woody. Maybe that was the bat on the flick of the pad.
Give me signalled leg byes. Did sound woody here on the hill.
Big Xavier Crone took 5 for in the Premier Grand Final against St Kilda, where they batted for 3 days.
Bowled plenty of overs too, by the looks.
Bowled a million overs. He's settled down the beach. I think he's moved to Frankston Peninsula now. He's gone down the Mornington Peninsula, where some of the great people live. I think it's fair to say. Lovely part of the world. It's not 33 and fine down there, I can assure you that at the moment. Big job for Crone here with the new ball, though. Slip in place for Curtin. Shorter. Just a little bit quicker too. There was a little bit of grass on the deck. You never want to leave too much on there. The curator's done a fantastic job. The wicket and the surrounds look fantastic, but there might be a little bit there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was a fair bit of grass left on the wicket here, but as you touched on, the curators have done a fantastic job throughout this tournament and throughout a big winter season here in Darwin, which has featured a lot of cricket, from club cricket to the Australian women's team. We're up here, the Australia A team. Been plenty of cricket.
Swing and miss outside off stump, so a good start from Crone here. Leg by off the first delivery, then a couple of dots. As we know, all the dots just build a little bit of pressure. We've gone with the same field for the right-hander as far as the sweeper out on the backward point boundary and deep backward square.
Yeah, giving himself a bit of protection both sides of the wickets here. Expect to see him continue back of a length, possibly.
No bin on is interesting. That's a very wide sort of mid-wicket, isn't it?
Yeah, just a 3 on the leg side, which you don't see very often in T20 cricket, obviously. 6-3 field here.
That's in the air. It's going to go straight to the field on the boundary. He's going to have good hands throughout the course of the day, because that is, as we say, a 50-metre hit to the boundary rope.
Well, that's flown to him too, that.
Oh, timed them beautifully. He said he's in pretty good form. Well, he's hit them quite well. I do like not the novelties of field so much, but just the individual fields they have, the plans they have for each batter. Had a long off out last night. Strikers for Khan straight away, and the Pakistan Shaheens have done their homework. There's a little ramp over short fine. It's got a long way to go, though, and probably will be picked up just inside the rope, as it is a long, long way to that rope straight. They come back for a third. Just changing up the angles a touch there, Radhakrishnan. They get through for 3.
Probably thought that was 4 straight off the bat. As we look here, gets a nice little touch on that. Straight over the short man at 45, but as you say, it's a massive hit down there, 89 metres to the boundary. Fielder does well to rope that one in. Amazing how much data and analysis goes into all these field settings, different plans for different batters.
Nice straight delivery as well. That's a really good start from Xavier Crone. Just the 5 from the over for the Hurricanes. They are, of course, the defending Big Bash champions. This is their academy side. And they're no wicket for 14 after being sent into bat by the Renegades, who won the bat flip. No wicket for 14. Curtin's 5. Radhakrishnan is on 8. So you played against Curtin when he made his century. Where did he hit predominantly his runs? Where do they come from?
He belted us all around the park, 360 degrees actually, out at Jerrywood Oval. It was a country clash out there in the Top End Series over the weekend, but batted beautifully.
It's going to be Moody to continue from the middle beach end. Slightly over pitch, but can't find the gap.
That innings actually secured them the top spot. So going into the last round of club cricket, Southern Districts up the top with a 2-point lead.
Where's Tracy Village?
Tracy Village in second, 2 points behind, with a game in hand. Lots to play for this weekend.
It's a final series, semi-finals and a final, or just straight to final?
Semi-final and a final.
1, 4, 2, 3. Like it. That's a beautiful hit. Our first boundary of the day. And
onto the road.
Onto the road it goes. When they've got the gate open there, someone's going to have to get through. This is why the games never take 3 hours when we're here at Gardens Oval. There's a little bit of movement. Just straight into the slot. I reckon there's a little bit of preemptiveness there from Radhakrishnan.
Yeah, notice a short boundary and you've only got to get a small piece of that, you feel, and it sticks every time here with the short square boundaries. Tough task for the match manager here today. You feel there might be a few spare balls floating around.
It was a good hit, but it wasn't. It didn't try and overhit it at all, and it flew. It actually bounced over the fence, which gives you an idea of how hard the ground is as well.
Cameron doing an awesome job here, just showing the trek through the bushes to get the ball on the other side of the road.
I wonder if they're going to stop at a little cafe in there. Lovely cafe at Botanic Gardens.
Yeah, beautiful cafe. Eva's Botanic Garden Cafe.
Been there a couple of years ago. Had the wife and child up to a bit of support over the course of the week. Went to Crocosaurus Cove, went through the Botanic Gardens, Mindle Beach Markets. It was very good.
Amazing part of the world.
NT Tourism doing a good job to let everyone know. I don't reckon they have enough advertising space to show everything that's good about the drive. I know some people like coming up during the wet season as well. Not so much for me. Bit muggy, bit rainy. This is the time. 33 and fine every day.
Yeah, you touched on it earlier. Cam White, the Renegades coach. You don't even need to check the weather up here during the dry. You wake up, sun shining, 30 degrees. Beautiful part of the world. And lucky to call it home.
Well, I had to check it last night with Megan White on commentary because she put a jumper on when it was 25.7. So you've been here too long if you're doing that. There seems to be a bit of flurry of movement. Hopefully that means we've got the pill back or we've just got the box coming back. In the old days they had the little underground storage container where you put the helmet for the short leg or the wicketkeeper. Pull out the helmet and there it was. Maybe we need one of those for the remaining kookaburras. That ball is only 14 balls old.
Especially the way the game's going. Batters just seem to be hitting the ball further and further on grounds like this.
I don't know if it's great news or bad news for Lee Watts and the kookaburra crew with all the kookaburras being lost because someone's picking up some new pills along the way. Hopefully the young fellas are at school, but if you're not, you should be just planting yourself in the first row of the Botanic Gardens and you make a fortune. Back in now with the action. Full toss. Wasn't going to err and let him get under another one.
Just over the halfway mark during the power play here, so you feel Radhakrishnan will look to keep the foot down where he can.
It's always a tough one. What sort of scores do teams talk about when they come here in a T20 clash? What sort of number would they put up on the whiteboard to say this is what we need to defend?
Yeah, you feel on a ground like this, they'll be looking for 180 plus. You look at the strength of the Renegades batting lineup with Brown up the top, Dixon and Peake, as we've touched on.
Shorter and quicker. Do reckon it's an underused ball. I know you can only bowl 2 and over, 1 to each batter, but if you've got the pace behind you, you've certainly got the pace and the height. You just got to back yourself, don't you, and go pace on and let them know it's still part of your repertoire.
Tell you what, if I could bowl 140 clicks, there'd be my fair share there too.
I'd be campaigning very hard to get a couple of extra short balls per over if I was a quick bowler. Don't worry about that.
Some good bounce here in this Gardens Oval wicket.
Yeah, true bounce, which we love to see. Batters like it too. And gone! Straight through, went for the short boundary again. Moody held his nerve a little bit, pitched it up, and with that pace, fuller, quicker, and knocked over Radhakrishnan. He's gone for 14.
Just seeing a replay there. Radhakrishnan lining up that short boundary on the leg side, but Moody sneaks that straight through, hitting the top and middle. Brave ball there, obviously with a short boundary. It's a tough game for pace bowlers or bowlers in general, but held his nerve well.
We often talk about risk reward with batting, but it's true with bowling too, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you see the way the game's going, the way the batters seem to bat these days. You look at the Australian T20 side, for example, Tim David and co, they're just relentless.
Now you've got to keep going too, which is always a fun part. We see Mac Wright coming out at 3. He's played some good cricket. Mac Wright played at some high levels as well. Now he's got the opportunity. He's got plenty of overs ahead of him. Good over from Crone. They've just added to a little bit of perceived pressure during the power play. Moody goes through, I was going to say big 6. Doesn't really matter whether they're big or not, does it? It's 6 in the scorebook.
6 in the book, absolutely. But yeah, you're right. Just the pressure from Crone at the other end, just conceding the 4 off his over. Phil adds that little bit of extra pressure to the batters there. Be interesting to see how Wright goes about this. Possibly look to be the anchor throughout the innings here, but best part of these 20 overs.
Last ball, the 3rd over. And that's a fully. I'd easily play, but you don't mind getting those first ball just to get off the mark. But a good one. 7 from the over. And the wicket, the important wicket, Radhakrishnan gone for 14. So after 3 overs, the Hurricanes were sent in to bat by the Renegades Academy. And they're 1 for 21.
Yeah, they'll be happy with their work. The Renegades won the toss, had a bowl first, and that early wicket inside the power play. So far proving to be the correct decision. First game here at Gardens Oval for the tournament. Possibly just a case of having a look at the wicket before they have a bat.
It's going to be Crone again. You don't often see just the 2 bowlers bowling all 4.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the different tactics teams go with, but yeah, you often see just little 1-over chop-outs here and there.
That's full and straight. Hand on it, which means it'll picked up just inside the boundary rope, and we'll get 2. So Wright's come out with some good intent as well. He's 3 from 2. Curtin 5 from 7, 1 for 23.
Yeah, really nice shot there by Wright. Slightly over pitch from Crone, and be interesting to see how they go about the last 5 balls here of the power play. Staying with the same field, deep backward point, deep square leg.
Straight from Crone again. And just change it now to that 5-4 field, a bit of extra protection on the leg side. Again, that's that homework you talk about. They won't know as much as they know throughout, say, a Big Bash series about these players, but they have played with and against each other quite a bit.
Yeah, it's amazing, obviously, all the different tournaments and leagues around the world, around the country now, where players play with and against each other so often. But yeah, you're right, little 5-4 field allows Crone possibly bowl a little bit straighter here to Wright.
It's just out into that short 3rd region we were talking about, where he collects it. Has been a very disciplined start, is probably the word you'd use for Renegades here. Haven't tried to do anything outlandish. T20 cricket is, I mean, we see all the funky shots, but funnily enough, the basics remain the same.
Yeah, the basics are the same. They've been very disciplined, as you said here. No sundries yet. Just 3 balls left of the 4-over power play.
Go finer. Just feels that Wright might have that little ramp, the little flick over the keeper. And knocked him over! Xavier Crone, beautifully bowled. He talk about top of off. He's a wicket taker, we know that. And that is some good discipline from Crone. Beautifully bowled, Wright gone for 3.
Yeah, really nice start here by Crone. Just seeing a replay there, as he touched on, top off stump. Just playing across the line. Interesting shot. Might have seemed away a little bit, but interesting shot there from Wright going across the line of the ball.
Not a lot of foot movement there either, which there doesn't seem to be.
No, stuck on the crease there, but really nicely bowled by Crone. Might have just done enough there to beat the outside edge of Wright and claim the top of off stump.
Something that makes absolutely no difference. It's great to see. Joel Amir diving across and taking that pill as if it was the catch A of classic catches. The ball's come off the stump, gone on an angle, and he's flown in front of where a leg slip would be and taken it.
Yeah, he has. He's been fantastic with the gloves all tournament. Try them here. Looking forward to see what he can do with the bat later on. Highly rated through the Victorian system.
His former Carlton teammate, Xavier Crowe, absolutely getting it done here. 1 for 6 off 10 deliveries. And just as importantly, getting a new batter to the crease as well. It's going to be Tim Ward.
He's been in some good touch this week. Ward, more known for his red ball batting, but was actually in the commentary box a couple of days ago and pulled out a range of shots, 360 degrees, pulled out the ramps, reverse ramps, and all sorts.
And we've got its first ball. It's almost like you've watched Ward bat before. You're going to come back for an easy 2. Here's a fair throw. It's just a little bit of a loopy throw in. Harry Dixon, pretty relaxed sort of character.
How far has the game come? First ball, we've just lost a wicket. Back when I was playing junior cricket, the coaches would have gone nuts.
Those shots weren't even invented when I was playing cricket. I know my old man's watching. He's down the peninsula as well. I'm not sure they're the sort of ones from the art of cricket from Don Bradman, 1948 book. And that's a beautiful shot. That's a cricket shot. A flick through the leg side, just straying a little bit straight, and that'll run into the boundary for 4. Beautiful shot, and Crone just kicks the dust. He's been so good and so disciplined, and just that last ball. It's been 8-run over, 2 for 29. Still a good over, a wicket from it, and a rather disciplined opening here from the Renegades, but a good shot from Ward. He started well.
Yeah, really positive start from Ward. Come out, ran the first ball over, short fine leg, and a nice little tuck off the tyres there, out to the longer square boundary towards the grandstand side. As we see some spin into the attack here. Looks like it's going to be the left arm leg spinner, Callum Stowe.
Like a little bit of wrist spin. They're always a bit quirky left arm wrist spinners.
Yeah, they are different, aren't they?
Yeah.
We actually had a young left-arm leg spinner play some club cricket with us this year and dominated the competition, actually. Quirky cat himself.
Yeah, they're quirky, especially when they're wicket takers. So, went for a few against the Stars in their game. They had the win there. Good control. And control's what you need here at Gardens. You can be a wicket taker if you know exactly where it's going to land. Swatted down to long off for 1.
Yeah, it was spotted. Obviously now 5 fielders outside the ring here. At the end of the power play. Looks as though we've got long off, long on. Just see a change in the field for left-handed Ward.
Remembering also that we have the power surge to come in the second half of the innings where the batting team can take those 2 overs with only 2 outside. And that's cut. Slight fumble. It's got to be on your game. Every fielder's got to feel that the ball's a chance to come to them.
Yeah, the power surge you touched on has been a great addition to T20 cricket around the world.
Yeah.
You might feel at times the batting side you're behind the game, but those 2 overs play such a difference.
Struck on the pad, huge appeal and gone. Curtin gone for 6. Stowe strikes. And another wicket falls. Well bowled. We said at the start, he's got really good control. And he's done exactly that. That's pitched on middle and hitting halfway up. That is as plumb can get.
That's a pretty easy decision there from the umpire, and Curtin just playing across the line there. Really well bowled by Stowe. Nice length, wasn't really sure whether to go forward or back. A little bit stuck on the crease, as we've seen with a few of the batters. Just looked to skid through, not a massive amount of turn.
Square, we touch on it because it is a unique part of this ground, how long it is and how short it is square, but even just flicking it to the square boundaries can be dangerous. No one just skid it on, as you say, and it's plumb.
Yeah, it can be dangerous, and it's probably something you'd speak about it as the coaching staff to the players is don't be too over the top to that square boundary. It'll come. You don't need to force it there. That was often messages I'd get as a player.
3 for 31 and trouble for the Hurricanes. As you said, they're 1 and 3. Probably behind the 8 ball to secure a final spot on Sunday, which only the top 4 go through out of the 11 teams. Slip in place for the one that goes the other way, the wrong which is part of his repertoire.
Nicely bowled, just looked a little bit flatter, a little bit quicker there. So yeah, you're right, we see Josh Brown sneak into first slip. 2 balls remaining in the 5th over.
Another dot, he's gone 3/4 of the way down the wicket. Ward very keen to get on strike.
Looked like that might have been the wrong end out of the hand, just showing a couple of skills he's got there, Stowe.
On the pad again, huge appeal this time. The umpire says not out. Just down leg side. When there's doubt, it is not out, but a good over from Stowe. Let's have a look at that. Ball from earlier on. Yeah, that one's just missing. And that's okay, because it means he's just finding a little bit of turn. 5 overs gone, 3 for 31. And if you're going to win the bat flip and bowl first, the start you need is wickets and keeping that run rate down. They've done all of those things.
Yeah, as we just see there, just the back-to-back-to-back wickets, 3 wickets in the last couple of overs, and you touched on it earlier, Pete, but the best way to create dot balls is by taking wickets. As we see, changing the bowling here, Lockie Bangs for some left-arm pace into the attack.
And you were looking forward to seeing Lockie Bangs?
Yeah.
Bat and ball, that's specific.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Lockie play for the NT strike side last year after a dominant season playing club cricket here in Darwin.
Hasn't got a haircut since then.
He grows, he likes his locks too.
That's quite funny you say that. And that's just a bit short, and that's going to be all the way for 6. Likes his locks, likes his bangs, but that's gone backward a square for 6. Just eased into it too, didn't he? Didn't try and hit that too hard. I know we mentioned that a little bit, but that's a crucial part of T20 cricket, of cricket in general.
Yeah, it is absolutely. Just seeing the replay there, just a miss there from Bangs, short at the body. 2 experienced players at the crease now for the Hurricanes in Wackham and Ward, both with their fair share of first-class experience.
So Wackham's made runs everywhere he's gone. Down to Tassie. This time beats the bat, better line. There's a deep third in place. And of course a sweeper out on the offside boundary. Long on, deep square leg and a deep fine leg. It's tough being a sweeper on these boundaries though, because if it goes 5-6 metres either side, you're no chance of stopping it. Got to get that position exactly right. Those angles are crucial. It's a bit wide. The umpire suggests as much. Not for the first time we see a bowler slip over in their delivery stripe.
Yeah, lost his footing there, Bangs. A little bit short to start here. Like to see him pitch that ball up just a little bit more. We've seen some good pace, good carry through to the keeper. Like to see him fraction fuller. Just coming off the back of a stint in the Caribbean. Lockie Bangs.
I wouldn't mind a stint in the Caribbean. Maybe just eating and drinking and sitting on the beach.
I was going to say, I reckon Lockie's stint in the Caribbean would be different to our stint in the Caribbean, but seemed to enjoy himself over there. Played a fair bit of cricket, as we touched on earlier. Amazing opportunities. Amazing.
That's sensation. He's got a big job ahead of him here. It's in the air and dropped. It was in the hands for a little while. Michael Archer had it and then lost it as he fell over. And a chance goes begging, a dropped catch.
Yeah, be disappointed with that, Archer.
Ward on 13.
Interesting to see how costly that may be. Might have got away with that one there too. Banks, short, wide. Ward probably disappointed with that outcome. Dot ball, nonetheless.
Sort of 0 from 3, wasn't it? Not a great ball, not a great shot, and then a drop. This time, turned away for 1. So, Ward gets off strike. He's 14 from 8. I can be looking to get off strike. But right, so when Charlie Wakeham started, everyone was saying Charlie Wakeham, but now it's Wakeham.
Yeah, I remember listening to commentary a few times during the Big Bash, and it went from Wakeham to Wackham. I reckon we've settled on Wackham.
One of the great things, just get the media manager at the start of each tournament, just get the players to say their names themselves. That's what tennis do, and it's one of the most utilised apps that you could find. When WTA and the ATP, you get on there, the player says their name, you're about to announce them on court or interview them in the interview room, you make sure you get it right. A few nationalities going around in tennis that you need to know the background of.
I don't envy that role whatsoever. Nice.
39 after 6. And a missed chance. Tell you what, the catering here at NT Cricket is nothing short of sensational. Don't have to go anywhere. And these are the higher ups too. These are like management levels who are off to little cafes.
Not complaining with that.
Not in a million years.
Nice little comeback there from Bangs actually to close out the over. 6 first ball, and over just goes for 8. As we see a change in bowling here, looks like it's going to be Arjun Nair.
Arjun Nair is going to come up. Now he can spin it both ways. A little flick out the fingers, the front of the fingers, and it's great to watch. He's going to have to be on the money here though. 3 for 39 from 6. Ward looking to attack. He's had a chance. He had a life on 13. And that's going to go miles. That's into the trees. Is it over the fence? Didn't see it come down.
I'll tell you what, if you've got your car parked on the other side of the road there, I'd be moving that. It's a poor ball there from Nair to start. Just having a look here, halfway down. And unfortunately, this boundary is definitely not big enough, but...
Could this be a case, and I know the balls have to be worn to a certain degree, but could you bring in another ball, start playing with that next ball whilst someone gets that one, and that can then become the ball that you use for the next one that gets disappeared? Because the difference between 2 overs, 3 overs, 6 overs, probably not that much, a little bit of wear and tear, but not a huge amount. Can we get to the stage where you can utilise another ball in these instances and then come back and use that ball next should another one get hit over the fence?
That's a very fair point, and we talk about T20 being a fast-moving game, and we just look already 6 overs in, there's already been 2 stops in play. It's a very fair point. And the game has continued to evolve over a long period of time. Interesting to see what's that next step.
There's got to be a way. There's just a lot of, and certainly at this level as well, the complaints that at the international level about the ball, and it's minutely different. Okay, well that's probably different, but here also they're not hitting him out of the MCG.
Correct.
Onto the roof of TIA Stadium was one the other day.
That was a big hit.
That was unbelievable. When the series starts with a straight 6, you know you're in for a bit of entertainment. Nair comes back with a nice tight delivery. We mentioned Ward dropped on 13. How many that's going to cost?
Yeah, well, it's cost him 8 already, hasn't it? 7 or 8 already. As we see Ward up to 21 not out. You feel this ground might suit Ward. He's a nice sweeper of the ball. He's got all the tricks, reverse sweeps. You feel the short square boundaries might play into his favour here.
This one's heaved away, but along the ground, and there's coverage out there for the Renegades. He's come back well with the last couple of deliveries.
Yeah, he has. Wackham's first run there. Just slog sweep out to the deep for 1. Be interesting to see if Ward looks to keep the foot down here. Really turn this into a big over.
Stands up and hits it hard, but again, so to the sweeper. Peak and the Renegades getting their angles right at the moment, which is important. As we say, it goes 5 metres either side at this ground, and that's a boundary edge time. there's just no way a fielder can get across and cut that off.
Yeah, so far so good by Peake and the Renegades. Now taking a fair bit of pace off here.
That was the epitome of taking the pace. They only just made it down the end.
So slow. You just see Wackham there, get down to one leg and just wait for that ball.
You do think that slower should theoretically be easy to hit, but that's not the case at all.
Now, generally, obviously, the slower it is, the more you have to generate that pace as a batter. As we just see a little change in field here with mid-wicket man sliding across to a cover.
So it was the 4-5 field. That's now 5-4. All weak side boundary fielders. There's a bit of protection there for Nair. So he gets away with one there as well. Say 10 from the over though. 3 for 49. The Hurricanes have just steadied a touch. 3 for 31 during the 5th over. Now, nice little partnership brewing here with the highest runs per over so far, with 10 coming from that.
Yeah, 6 first ball. Takes a lot of pressure off the batting side. It's something you talk about a lot. As a batting unit, his boundaries early on in the over just takes the pressure off. As we see another change in the bowling here with Michael Archer, it looks like it's going to be. Right arm leg spinner from Carlton as well.
No doubt Evan Gilbis, the captain coach at Carlton, will be keeping a close eye over this. The Gobbler, former Melbourne Stars player, Tassie first class player. Flicked to the leg side. Got one. But again, it's just so close. There's no chance of coming back for 2.
He's got a rocket too. Lockie Banks from the boundary there. He's a baseballer by trade. You can see a nice throw there, straight back over the stumps.
How did the opportunity come to play in the Caribbean?
I think it's amazing actually the rise of Lockie Banks. Played some club cricket here in Darwin, had a pretty good first grade season down in Melbourne. Continue after this ball.
Goes a reverse, goes straight to the fielder. Once again getting the field right.
Yeah, had a pretty strong first grade season for Ringwood down in Victoria. Plagued by injury a little bit, and then had some opportunity to play some club cricket in the Netherlands and threw a few contacts there. Got into the Caribbean League.
Flicked away for one. One of the best mates played over in the Netherlands in the Dutch League. They played for basically the MCC, the fancy place on turf, but not all sides had turf. Half of them had synthetic as their wickets. It's always different going from one to the other.
Some great opportunities, great learnings, playing in different places around the world.
Once again, punched out to the offside. This has been a good start from Archer. Probably feels he owes his team one as well.
Amazing how much T20 cricket players get to play, isn't it? They've gone from some players over in the Caribbean to here in Darwin, and a couple off to the T20 Max in Brisbane next week.
Another beautiful shot. But the dream of the baggy green is still alive and well in cricket circles, surely.
Well and truly, absolutely.
It has to be.
Absolutely. That's all you talk about as a junior coming through the ranks, is playing Test cricket for Australia, wearing that baggy green.
And that's going to be another 6. Just a bit short. Over it straight away. This one stays within the region of the park. Just only got to slightly get it wrong, and all of a sudden it's a 10-run over. 3 for 59. Good shot from Wackham. Rock back. It was just set up nicely.
Yeah, fraction short there from Archer after a nice start to the over. Poor miss to close out, and I'm told it's a 60-metre hit to the fence. So most other grounds, it's possibly caught on the boundary.
You know, if you can back yourself though, you play that shot in the air, you go from low to high to try and hit that up and over. You probably wouldn't do that on every ground. That one did sit up nicely though, and we're going to see another change. So Peake moving his bowlers around as Stowe comes back into the attack. He bowled a beautiful over first up, 1 for 2. An absolutely plum LB.
Yeah, they're going to stick with spin here, the Renegades. Stowe, as you touched on, started beautifully here today.
And that's going to be another 6. Beautiful shots. It's into the trees, and that's gone over the road. Almost hit the Renault just driving past. A little thrifty rent-a-car almost copped it.
Yeah, that's the third one we've seen onto the road now, as we just see a replay there, just a fraction short, but there's no margin for error here at Gardens Oval, as we just see the car driving past narrowly. Missed there.
Good on Santa Claus, though. He's thrown it back for us, which is good. Still giving away presents, even though it's August. He didn't miss his mark by too far.
No, he didn't. It's a beautiful shot there by Ward. Picked it up nice and early.
This time through the offside, just be one. Cleanliness of the hands of the sweepers is so important here too. Especially when Ward's hitting them so cleanly. Every time it's one, you've got to keep it to one. A little fumble or a misfield and getting back on strike, that can be more costly than just the one you're giving away.
Yeah, absolutely. They want to bowl as many balls as they can at Wackham at the moment, just 10 off 10, and you see Ward striking at double that at 200.
He was 4 off 9. And that's through. It was quicker and flatter. Very well bowled.
I like the field here by Stowe. No one in the ring in front of square on the leg side. Just encouraging Wackham to look to drag things leg side, and not many gaps in the ring on the offside, as we just see him play across the line there.
So a couple of wickets playing across the line already today. Slows it down. It'll be in and quick off the boundary. Not sure Ward was all that keen for 2. I think he wants to be on strike here.
Yeah, left-hander, short leg side boundary here. I think he says, I'll take it from here, thanks. Actually interesting, you look at the 2 straight men, they're about 5-10 metres off the boundary, just with how big a hit it is straight.
Now tries a little ramp. That's the toe end of it.
Possibly premeditated there. Back of a length ball, not actually too dissimilar to the one he hit for 6, first ball of the over.
Kind of funny, when those shots are played beautifully and executed perfectly, they look fantastic, and when they don't, it looks horrible. They're replays you don't want to see if you get out to those. But that's the risk you take. Again, Pete does well inside the circle. Finishes off the over, so 9 from it. It's another good one from the Hurricanes, but you have to say, from the Renegades' point of view, with a 6 first ball, Stowe's got out of it over quite well.
Yeah, it's a couple overs now with boundaries first ball, the over, that the bowling side have come back and closed out quite well. We're going to see left armour in bangs back again.
So Ward, 32 from 17, was dropped on 13, and not harping on it so much as just highlighting how important fielding is. That third discipline, we all know batting and bowling, just got to take every opportunity on this ground, especially against those experienced, good players.
Absolutely, and you look at T20 cricket and how far it has come, that fielding aspect across all elements of cricket, but T20 in particular becomes so important. You look at the top level do it, you look at Maxwell and the likes, and you just see some of the catches they take these days, and you see how hard they train.
I did love that video Cricket Australia put up before the game, during the game. The inside edge, that's unlucky, bangs. Who also came back well. His first ball went for 6, the whole over only went for 8. Getting in and out of overs. There's just little things along the way that we're talking about. And we talk about the whiteboard in the change room, but these are the things that will be up there and talked about at all levels, from grassroots all the way through to the top.
Yeah, absolutely. We always talk a lot about 5th and 6th ball, the over, closing out, and the Renegades have done that really well. Bangs starts better in his second over.
Just plays the bat at Wackham, running at the 1.
Far off the boundary, this third man is here. He's a good 10-15 metres off that boundary line.
Just don't think Bangs has got that pace and elevation that you're going to be playing the sort of uppercut shots for the chance. So possibly the only reason you go further back. But even then, they very rarely carry to the boundary. I think that's a good spot. And that would have been talked about, wouldn't it, before the game? That's gone fine, so they're going to run the first one hard. In off the boundary very quickly. Stowe, but they're going to get back for 2. And some good running from Ward as well. Not just to turn 1 into 2, but to get back in strike, as we said earlier.
It was intentional too, straight off the bat he wanted to. Got it fine, delicate touch there. Bangs started well.
Knowing also there's a little bit of manipulation of the field too. If you can try and get that deep third finer, it then opens up a late cut opportunity just to utilise his angles a little bit. And it's gone onto the stumps and gone. Caught the bottom edge, went to the top of the pads and then dribbled onto the bails. Oh, cricket, it gives you a bit of luck and then it takes it away just as quickly.
Seeing a replay here of the wicket. Looks like maybe a bit of glove onto hip, onto the top of the bails there. Unlucky way to fall forward. It was a nice start. An innings that showed some positive intent. You feel Archer will be happy with that result. It's cost his team.
Well, you all run in and tap your bowler on the back and say, well done. I reckon he ran twice as quickly as everyone else. Thank you very much. Dropped on 13, but only cost another 22 runs.
We've all dropped catches, but it's one of the best feelings when the bloke you drop gets out.
It's a good point, isn't it? I mean, no one means to drop catches. Hardly Conrad, maybe, but no one means to drop catches in cricket. It is part of the game, though. Doesn't matter how hard you practice, how much you do. But you're right, that relief. Okay, it's no longer my fault.
Absolutely, it's something that we try and educate our junior players on. Is no one tries to drop a catch, and you work so hard to build that positive team culture. But yeah, there's nothing better than when the bloke you drop or lady you drop gets out.
So Brad Hope, the captain here of the Hurricanes today. I wasn't expecting him to be in this early. Swings and misses. Funny follow through, Lockie Banks.
Yeah, not much to it. No. He sort of just jogs in, ambles in, and it's almost all shoulder. Quicker than you think.
Yeah, it's still coming through. Interesting to see we've got Rob Castle at the moment from Cricket Victoria, who's a great fast bowler in his own right, who's working with Victoria now as an assistant coach and bowling coach. Interesting to see what he works with him whilst he's part of this setup, just to maybe unleash another K or two.
Yeah, you feel there's probably a few Ks hiding that they can try and unleash there through Banks. Just stops after release.
So we're halfway through the allotted overs after the Melbourne Renegades Academy won the bat flip and elected to bowl first. The Hurricanes sent in 4 for 72. They lost Radhakrishnan for 14, Mac Wright for 3, Zach Curtin for 6, and in that over, Tim Wardgord for 35. 4 for 72. Hope's only been there for a couple of balls, Wackham 12 from 14. Just off the sort of knee roll, the pad, and bobbled onto the stumps.
Looks like the skipper's going to bring himself on here. Peak after the left-hander being removed. Going to bowl some right arm off spin to the right-hander, get him hitting out towards the bigger boundary on the leg side, possibly. Look to see him bowl quite straight here.
It's been hit firmly. It's a race out to the boundary. Going to come back for 2 and going to have to hurry. Lemire, who's normally very good at getting that glove off as well, also realised there wasn't a chance for a run out. This is Ollie Peake's way of just popping his hand up for that sort of batting all-rounder spot as well. Can't hurt.
Another string to the bow. Absolutely.
And off-spinners, I hate us saying this, but really, if you're going to add a string to your bow, off-spin's probably the one.
That's the one to add. Absolutely. Absolutely, as we see Peake
goes around the world just up in unison, they're not happy. But it's true.
It is true.
It's like the wing defence in netball. If you play with 6, that's the spot that goes. Sometimes there's just some truths to sport.
Yeah, I was never quick enough to bowl pace, never good enough to bowl leg spin, so I stuck with off spin.
And gone, a little edge. Well taken, Lemire as well. Stayed low, moved the gloves beautifully, and the skipper has worked. Maybe underestimated the off-spin of the skipper. Not sure it spun all that much. It didn't have to. That was really well taken. And a wicket. The opposition skipper goes into the gloves. Just stayed there. That's good keeping.
Really well taken. Yeah, really well taken there by Lemire. And hope we disappointed with that. He's had a great start to the tournament with a couple of half centuries. He's up there in the top 5 leading run scorers throughout the tournament. So big wicket that for the Renegades.
Wicket. And in the 11th over too, because Hope is the sort of player that after a couple of overs will probably take the power surge and make the most of it too. So that's going to fall onto someone else's shoulders. Mir takes a wonderful catch. Hope gone for a duck. It's 5 for 75. Not quite panic stations, but there's going to be a few alarm bells going off for the Hurricanes at the minute.
Yeah, a few alarm bells. Not a massive amount of batting to come. Hope probably the last recognised batter out with Wackham. Wackham's still there, obviously, and Presswidge in now, who's a bowling all-rounder. Can't bowl at the moment with some injuries he's recovering from. He's actually opened the batting a couple of times this week. Strong left-hand batter from Brisbane initially, made the move down to Tasmania.
I was going to say, part of the Presswidge clan.
Yeah.
Got the old man, and of course, sister plays some good cricket too.
Yeah, sister might also be the Renegades, actually. We see Will take on the Renegades today, obviously.
A little flick behind square. That's well fielded. That's what wickets can do as well. It just gets that little bit of energy as well. You feel like you're on top and you want the ball to come to you, so you're part of it. Some good fielding.
Yeah, it was. Josh Brown down there at short 45.
He doesn't always move that quickly.
No, probably not known for his fielding, known more for his power hitting at the top of the order, but he's done well there.
It's a little bit shorter from Beacon. Well fielded again. The Renegades are up and about in the field at the moment. That's some super fielding.
Yeah, great fielding. He struck that nicely, Presswidge. Disappointed not to score that.
Archer in there, so again, just forgetting what's already happened. That was some good fielding too. Quicker and flatter. This one's hit just slightly back of point. Will only be one. So Peake's bowled a beauty there. Takes the wicket of the opposing skipper. He keeps it just to 4. So after 11 overs, 5 for 76.
Just having a look there, you just see the back-to-back wickets really halts proceedings there for the Hurricanes. Just get a little move on, and back-to-back wickets fall makes it so hard to push towards that bigger total that they would have been aiming for.
And that 41-run partnership was crucial, but a 40-run partnership when you're forward, it has to become 80, 70, 80, 90 in these games if you've lost early wickets.
Definitely, and they're probably your two most recognised, most experienced first-class players. We just see the power surge has been taken here, which is an interesting call. Presswidge new to the crease, but absolutely 41-run partnership, your two most experienced at the crease.
So would the thought be these are our last two sort of recognised batters? Let's take the power surge whilst we can, as opposed to sort of fumbling and stumbling towards the end of the innings.
Yeah, I think so, and we've seen, as I touched on before, Presswidge has played a role at the top of the order this week, so probably a similar sort of setup here, I suppose, with two fielders out. Expect to see him go pretty hard here.
Deep square, long on, and that's going to be a slower ball from Xavier Crone. Probably not what Presswidge was expecting.
No, really well bowled, actually. You just see Presswidge on the back foot there, not quite expecting that one, shaping up for a pace-on delivery. Two fielders out. Looks like we've got long on and deep square leg, deep backwards square leg.
Yeah, but of all the rules that the Big Bash brought in, I'm not a massive fan of the X Factor. The Big Bash point was no good either, but this has been an absolute beauty, the power surge. Not sure bowlers love it.
No, tough gig for a bowler.
And that's going to come off the outside edge. It's going to race away. He picked up just inside. It won't be able to. It's not a long boundary. And that's gone for 4. I reckon there's a huge huge Renegades contingent on the hill with one Hurricane supporter clapping.
Yeah, I reckon there was one clap there.
One clap. Just races away. That was an outside edge, but not a great ball. Just missed his mark.
Yeah, not a great ball. Field set, obviously, for the ball bowled straight at the body here, so he's come around the wicket this time. Expect to see this more in at the pads and at the body.
And that's gone up and over and goes for another boundary. Again, didn't get a huge amount on it, but as you say, is used to facing that new ball. And whilst it's still pretty hard, only 11 overs old, this seems to be a good decision from the Hurricanes.
Yeah, so far so good for the Hurricanes. Back-to-back boundaries there for Presswidge, as we just see a replay here. Possibly just missing his line again there, if you're being critical. Crone field all up on the offside and short offside boundary. Skipper Peake just wanders over to him, and just a gentle reminder, you've got two back on the leg side.
So long on's going to come in. Can't imagine this being in the half of Presswidge. Deep mid-wicket and deep backward square now. Still not that far away. And that one's hit straight. We cut off though. There comes around, just the one. Good positive intensity though, 9 from the first 4 deliveries. Can they get just a bit of momentum back in this innings, which, aside from having the field up and a few scoring opportunities, maybe the momentum just shift was what the mentality was also.
Yeah, possibly. Put some pressure back on the Renegades bowlers. They've obviously had it all go their way so far. They'll be happy with scorecard as it is, but possibly just a little momentum swing here for the Hurricanes.
Now, Wackham's got to be careful not to hit too far across the line against Crone. That's in the air, and that should be taken. Well bowled from Xavier Crone. Another wicket. Crone strikes. The easiest of catches taken from Arjun there. And Wackham, this is what happens with power surges. Sometimes the wickets fall because you almost get into that mentality that you have to score quickly.
Yeah, poor shot there by Wackham. Just a little bit of extra bounce, possibly got a bit bigger on him than he may have expected, but you just feel he probably didn't need to do that. 2 boundaries already this over, and he probably had to be the batter to get through the 20 overs with others batting around him at the other end, possibly. I feel it might have been Presswidge's role to keep the foot down, and wasn't to be.
And of course, it puts the pressure on the next batters as well, but Xavier Crone's bowled well here, hitting the top of off, and then keen to play a false stroke with the last of the truly recognised batters. Wackham gone for 15. From 17, he'll be a little disappointed. 6 for 85. 1 ball remaining in the 12th.
Yeah, he has bowled well. Crone, he's pretty tall. Just might have had an extra bit of bounce. That last one got a bit bigger on Wackham than may have thought. Just looking at that scorecard, a couple of starts, but none able to go on with it as yet. Presswidge, possibly their last hope with the bat. So
I think Mellon was scheduled to come in next. He's now facing with 1 ball. The 12th over remaining. When you're batting at 8, you don't expect to be in this early, certainly not during the power surge either. Crone goes pace on and a little fumble, but that won't cost any runs. Just a little frustrated there. Callum Stowe's been good in the field until now. But good over from Crone. Went for a couple of boundaries, struck. And he came back and knocked over Wackham, so it's 6 for 85. They've been good here, the Renegades have been disciplined. A couple of overs have gone for 10. As a general rule, they've been all over the Hurricanes since they sent them in.
Yeah, they have, absolutely. And we see Moody going to be the second bowler of the power surge here. But they have been, all over them. Hurricanes not really able to break the shackles as yet. Last over the power surge. Pretty tricky balance here. They don't want to lose another wicket, but like as many runs as possible.
Presswidge hits this hard. Can he beat the field? He can't. Stowe was good there. Came across, a left-hander, was moving to his right. Nice and clean, and just a single. And again, just as importantly, gets the new batter on strike as well. Good fielding.
Yeah,
you've got to be pretty straight here too.
Have to be straight. Longer boundary, leg side here. Expect to see him bowl in at the pads here. Deep square. Out on the boundary. Deep point back for a little bit of protection on the offside.
Struck at the pad, that was close. The umpire says not out. Big shout. We always used to joke that if the ball goes to gully, you're in big trouble.
Look good from here. Mind you, I'm sitting at an angle.
That's true. When you're at deep cover, it's a little bit harder to see. We try and get a replay of that shout because that was close. McMillan, like some of his teammates, just playing across the line a little bit. So tempting with short boundaries just to whip it through the mid-wicket region, but so dangerous. A bowler of Moody's skill and experience. Dances down, doesn't. Stowe's got to get in quickly. Can he get there? He can't. Just goes through the hands. Will probably be disappointed at the end there. Made the ground quickly.
Was in the air for a long time. Just see Stowe disappointed with himself as he gets up there.
Look at Moody, you can tell. You have to change his name to Bad because he doesn't seem all that happy. They try and have a stoic face, don't they, bowlers, when a catch gets dropped off them, but you know they're seething inside.
Fast bowlers, they're angry customers.
Just angry anyway. It's pretty quick. Just unlucky for Presswidge. McMillan gets dropped and then he cops the quicker delivery afterwards. Pace on, it's gone through.
That was about 20 k's quicker, I reckon.
It was, yeah, I don't think that's understating it at all. Yeah, Stone made the ground well. Gets the hands there, and it just bobbles out. He's just hanging his head a little bit at mid-on. That's not going to help.
No, not going to help at all. Phil Presswich may have missed out there. Any bat on that? It's probably 6.
It's shorter and quicker. That's going to be 4. It's going to count as one of the bounces of the over also. It's going to be said buys.
That's harsh on the keeper there.
I reckon that's pretty harsh on Jonathan Mir. No keeper's going to enjoy that being counted against them.
See replay there. That's pretty harsh on the keeper there by the looks on replay.
Well, it saved them a run and an extra ball, but that's a little consolation to the keeper, I would have thought at this stage.
I don't think anyone's catching that.
No one.
Pace up here for Moody.
Does he keep it on, though, for the final ball of the over? He just takes it off a touch, and Stowe's now got to chase. He's going to chase this down to the long boundary straight. He'll pick it up just inside the rope, flicks it back. Peak in support, and we'll still get back for 3. So an entertaining over. It had plenty. Ends up going for 9. Probably take that, the Hurricanes. They've got 18 off. 18 off their power surge. They took it early. They lost a wicket, but they still get 18 runs from it. 6 for 94 from 13. McMillan's on 1. Presswich 14.
You feel Presswich has to be the one here now. Probably their last hope, really, with the bat.
So how hard does he go with 42 deliveries remaining? How hard can you go when you're 6 down?
It's a hard balance, isn't it, really? You feel McMillan has to be playing his role at the other end, look to get Presswich on strike for as many of those 42 balls as possible. But still time. Still time. 42 balls.
Whips this one backward as square, and again the field set beautifully from Ollie Peake and the Renegades. Of course, that's with some help from his teammates, certainly the keeper Lemire and a few others. Just making sure that everyone's in the right spot at the right time.
Possibly even look to bring a 5th person into the ring here at McMillan. Really look to try and squeeze him, get as many balls as possible at him, but they won't.
Big appeal, it's hit the pad and given not out as it dribbles out to the offside and air, quickly in, preventing a leg bye.
Again, just going across the line slightly.
Which I reckon you can do once you're in. It's pretty hard to come out and do that, even on a great surface like we've got here. That's it on the toe. And Archer suggesting that that's going to go straight on and hit the pegs. It's funny how spinners always want it to turn until it needs to go straight on for an LB decision.
Seeing replay here, might have just pitched outside the line.
Some good decisions here for the umpires. Great opportunity for umpires here at the top end as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Local umpire there, Imran.
This one's swatted. We've got some great supporters of the top end series. You know, NT Tourism are our main supporters, but why not get on board here? The Airport Development Group have got the wonderful hotels right next to the airport. Kookaburra with the pills. I've got the quietest sounding thrifty car I've ever had in my life. I had to find it thanks to Geordie Wright. I didn't quite know where it was at the airport parking, but we got there eventually.
Rumour has it he sent you a map of pretty much the whole car park.
My goodness me. Here's a white car at the airport. Thanks, mate. It's not rumour when it's true.
Good result there for the Renegades. Single off the last ball of the over to McMillan.
That's a great over.
Keep the strike for the next over.
Really good over from Archer, though. Dot balls supported in the field as well. Big Bear, Cameron White, coach here of the Renegades. Not the happiest man of all time, but surely even he can't fault too much. Maybe a couple of drop chances.
A couple of drop chances. Besides that, along the ground, they've been fantastic, the Renegades.
And Archer coming back 10 off his first over to come back and only go for 2. It's a great effort. 6 for 96 from 14 overs. Wonder what the recalculations are on the Hurricanes whiteboard at the minute. Got to try and get to 140, 150, 160 if they can. It's gone through everyone. Didn't really bounce all that much either.
Nice take quite low there. Trickles out towards the long boundary there for 2. I was actually about to ask you, Pete, how many would you want from here? 6 overs remaining, 36 balls, 35 now left in the innings.
You want 150. I reckon you can defend 150. Won't be easy. You can. 130, 135, 140. I think it's just not enough. The reverse sweep. Here's one for you as a wonderful batter in the local league as well and loving your cricket. Jack, when there's a reverse sweep, can the umpire then say that both sides are offsides? So you can go out LBW to both, so there's no outside leg stump pitching. Would that be fairer on the bowler?
I'm a batter, so I'm going to say no.
Of course you are.
But it's a very fair point. It is a very fair point.
If you decide to change a right-hander to a left-hander, all of a sudden that becomes the offside. So if it hits you on the pad, you can still be out LB. It seems to make sense.
It does make sense, absolutely.
The bowler's got to tell you if he's bowling over or around the wicket.
Yeah, that's often the argument, isn't it? The bowler has to tell you before the ball's bowled.
Not everyone can bowl first-class cricket with both arms. And that's gone along the ground and knocked him over. There's not a huge amount that Prestwich can do about that. Stowe will take the wicket, don't worry about that. Prestwich gone for 15. That is pretty tricky to face, and it's 7 for 99. I'm not sure it's going to fill the Renegades batters with too much glee. Well bowled from Stowe, though.
No, he's found a nice little spot there on the wicket by the looks that hasn't got above shin high. Nice to see a little replay here. Might be a wrong one, sliding back in towards the right-hander. Is, but just hits below halfway up off stump there by the looks.
Didn't mind the walk-away celebration too. That's out.
Happy with that one?
Oh, I think he was very happy with that. I reckon that was a little bit wicked, but I reckon that was also out of the hand. I reckon that was quite good. Am I giving too much credit to Stowe? I mean, you still got to bowl it straight.
Still got to bowl it straight? No, it was a good ball. Kept it quite low there.
If you had a record like the great Shane Warne or someone, you'd come up with a name for that. That's a Zuta. It's exactly the same as 19 other balls that you bowled. Brilliantly bowled by Stowe, he'll take it. And it brings Smith to the crease.
Louis Smith recently made his first-class debut whilst just up here playing club cricket in Darwin, and opportunity presented. They needed a pace bowler in the squad after some injuries.
That one bounces. Oh no, we've forgotten 2 key words: natural variation.
Bit of natural variation, you reckon?
Always go with that, don't they?
Well, that one's bounced a fair bit.
That one
in comparison to the ball before.
That's what made me think of it. Brings up the 100. 100 coming from 89 deliveries. Renegades on top here. And that sort of flipped away to the leg side. Well fielded once again. It's another good over from Callum Stowe. He's been fantastic. 3 overs, 2 for 16. It's 7 for 101. 5 runs coming from the over. And it is absolutely fair to say that the Renegades are well and truly on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Renegades well and truly on top. Stowe probably been the pick of the bowlers actually today. 3 overs, 2 for 16. And again, just looking at that worm there, the Hurricanes really struggling to get going or find any sort of rhythm for a consistent period of time. Just all those back-to-back wickets falling there in clumps.
That's exactly what it is. Consistent wickets. Now an easy one down to long off, but it won't be the ones that hurt the Renegades here, not on this ground and not on this wicket. It's what wickets can do. We said it's the absolute panacea to getting the run rate happening and any momentum that you want in your innings. A little French cut. No one's ever perfected the French cut as yet. A great throw into the keeper, it's fair to say.
No, you see Lemire just look up there and shake his head. Not happy with some of the service he's had today.
He's probably still spewing about the 4 byes that were counted against him. Well bowled.
A little bit quicker.
He's found his rhythm here. His first over went for a couple, but since then, he has been on.
Yeah, he's been really good here, Archer. A little bit quicker, straight on. Doesn't look to be a massive amount of turn in the surface.
And it's going to go. It's going to go. And it's gone. Straight down the throat. If you're going to hit, you've got to go from low to high and actually get it up and over those fielders in the deep. A nice, clean catch down a deep mid-wicket. And it's 8 for 103.
Just see a replay here. Gets down nice and low. Looks to go that conventional slog sweep to the short boundary. Didn't get enough of it. Looks like Dixon there on the fence. Takes a pretty simple one in the end.
Never looked high enough, did it? Never looked like he'd actually given it enough. It's a little bit disappointing. I mean, admittedly, Mick Mullins also coming in at 8.
Yeah, probably not his role, is it? Unfortunately, the batters above him probably didn't get the runs they were after today.
So Ian Carlisle join Louis Smith out in the middle. For reward for effort there for Archer as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He's bowled really well those last couple of overs, as he touched on, after a nervous sort of start. 7
bowlers used from Ollie Peak here. They've all been pretty good as well. I have liked Xavier Crone at the top. I thought he bowled really well. A good even spread. Everyone's done their job when being asked by the skipper. Still got work to do here though. 26 deliveries remaining. If they can bat out their overs, which is the other.
Well, that's actually what I was going to ask you. Do you now look to, I've got about the 20 and capitalise where we can, or do you just keep going?
I think you've got to keep going here. Batting out the 20 only makes sense if you're still going. If you're just prodding and pushing. So I don't think 1s and 2s are going to win it. I reckon if you've got some hitters, if you've got someone who can actually find the boundary. You just haven't bowled that many bad balls. It's been a really good disciplined performance. Another good over from Archer there. He went for 10 from his first over. He's got 1 for 4 from his last 2. Good bowling, 8 for 103.
Yeah, the spinners have really put the brakes on here. You look at Archer and Stowe doing their role beautifully here for the Renegades, who've used 4 spinners today. With Peak and Nair as well, just bowling the 1 each.
Just having those variations as well has helped, hasn't it? It's been hit down to deep mid-wicket. It'll come for 1 and then come back for a 2nd, and that's some good running. He's a long way out to the deep straightish boundaries. Interesting to see how they go about the chase as well. When they played ACT, they rocketed to 1 for 107. Big Chief was up the top of the order as well, which helped.
Not playing today, obviously.
They've still got some firepower, and the Renegades will be, when that's so tight at the top of the table as well, you want to play finals, you're going to have to get that mid-run rate up. This could be a chance for them.
Absolutely, and you feel Brown probably only knows one way at the top.
I wonder what that chat will be. Let's not try and get it in 5 overs. Let's set ourselves 12, 14 overs maybe. Because you don't want to go too hard and then all of a sudden all you're doing is chasing your tail to get the 2 points. Swept well. Not quite sure what that'll be appealing for there. It's come off the middle of the bat.
Yeah, off the middle of the bat. Little misfield there by Nair at 45.
Moves to 6, 8 for 107.
Yeah, it's an exciting top order the Renegades have today with Brown and Dixon opening the batting. Both known for their power hitting. Peak in at 3, obviously highly rated.
It's quicker and flatter, and that's hit very, very hard. Some good work on the boundary. Gets in behind it and keeps it to 1. That's some super fielding. That's really well done out on the boundary. Looks like he bangs out there. Moved quickly, kept the ball in front of him. Some good support as well. Well fielded.
How good's that throw? Straight over the top of the stumps. 70-metre throw that. Straight over the top.
Puts Carlisle on strike. Misses again, so well bowled. Once again, Callum Stowe getting it done. He finishes with 2 for 21 from his 4 overs. That's a great effort. 8 for 108. Again, just 5 coming from that over. 18 balls remaining in the Hurricanes innings. Can they eke out 130 maybe? I don't think it'll be enough, but you've got to give yourself something to bowl to.
Yeah, and it's these guys that are going to be doing majority of the work for the Hurricanes. Carlisle, Smith and co. So trying to set themselves as many runs as they can to defend.
Just down the wicket, hits that nicely. Won't reach the boundary though, picked up just inside the rope. Come back for 2. They started with the bat quite well. 362 against ACT, so they got the win. They lost to the Stars with 227 on the board, which is probably surprising. The last 2 games knocked over for 125 and 114. They've been disappointing with the bat for 3 games in a row now.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, you touched on 227 on the board and losing. Would have been unfathomable, really, a couple of years ago in T20 cricket, but it just seems more and more common teams making those kind of scores these days.
Goes hard. Some protection out there, as we saw earlier. Just the one. He's come back well here, Archer. The spin has been crucial to the Renegades in their plight to keeping the Hurricanes under control. Quicker and flatter.
The Renegades could get the win here, sneaks them up back into that top 4, I believe.
It's going to be a tight at the top.
It will be tight. Big game this afternoon. Kingsman versus the local NT strike side.
Through again, Archer. Carlisle's just trying to get that on ball here.
Last ball the over. This almost becomes a free hit for Carlisle. Smith doing most of the striking at the moment.
Hits it well out to deep mid wicket. A fair chase. It's going to reach the boundary. That's a really good shot. Slightly over pitched, but timed it really well. So Carlisle's away. He gets a boundary. Archer, who'd been so good since his first over, unfortunately gives away a boundary of his last delivery, but finishes with 1 for 21. His last 3 overs just going for 11.
Yeah, beautiful shot there by Carlisle. Bangs didn't actually have too far to move there, but you just see the ball race away to the deep cow corner boundary. Looks like it's going to be David Moody back again to bowl the 19th over.
Suppose when you watch, you've used 7 bowlers. I guess that the last couple of overs, you still go to your strike bowlers. Be they pace or spin, whoever's done the job, you think that's Russ. And just look at that. It's not enough big overs. A couple of 10s, 3, 4, 9 run overs. It's not enough to get the Hurricanes into a formidable position here. It's straight down the ground, and mid on, mid off are both up, so it's going to be a chase. And he picked up inside the boundary. They're going to come back for 3, and that's good running.
Really nice shot there by Smith, straight down the ground. Pushing his case to slide up the order just a little bit, possibly.
The Renegades probably thinking that neither of these batters were going to hit too convincingly down the wicket with both mid on, mid off inside the circle. So a really good shot. Moody probably just missed his mark by a smidgen. Deep backward square, deep square leg, deep mid wicket. Deep third and a sweeper on the offside boundary.
Might be back of a length here, I reckon. Pace on, back of a length.
Exactly where it is. I reckon Carlisle knew that too. In fact, I reckon everyone knew that. But execution is probably the next key.
Absolutely. Might not have bounced as high as he wanted there, Carlisle, but time for a little bit of pace there. Moody snuck that one through.
If you're at Chicago Kings or NT Strike, do you watch some of the replays of these deliveries, or do you just come out and play the game in front of you, knowing that we're using the same wicket for this afternoon as well?
Probably depends on the person, I'd say. There's a couple in that NT Strike side that'll be watching this quite closely, no doubt.
Backs away and heaves it through the leg side. It'll only be 1.
I'm told there'll be a fair bit of time on the PlayStation as well, pre-game.
Playing PlayStation cricket?
FIFA, I believe, is the go.
I reckon I resurrected my career playing PS2 cricket. That's how long ago it was.
Here.
Well, just realising, hang on, if they can only play 2 shots and they always go for 4 or 6, why can't I try and do the same?
Absolutely.
Didn't always work, of course, but
of course.
You remembered how to bat. It's short and wide, and both umpires have gone for the wide. It was high and it was wide. Yeah, giving the age away is one thing. The internet's the other one. They can probably give it away. Got a 30-year school reunion coming up. Then you're actually admitting that it was 30 years since you finished year 12. Still be young at heart, can't you? You can still be childish.
Absolutely.
Get a bit old to face a little 4-year-old with his squishy stars ball though inside playing cricket.
You got you covered.
Let's go outside. It's too quick. Still chucks it though. I've got to get him the straight arm. I just can't teach him how to bowl. That's the only problem. 820 here. Just trying to eke out another few runs. Let's get him back on ball. Smith throws his head back, but at least he's trying to tick it over a little bit.
He's actually hit that quite nicely too. He throws his head back. He's picked out the deep man there, possibly. Just 8 balls left in the innings. Really important. 8 balls for the Hurricanes.
It's been handy, eh? 14 from 12. Smith has come in.
Yeah, and obviously not known for his batting, known for his pace bowling, but nice little cameo here so far.
Pace right off there for Moody. Not letting Carlisle have the full swing at it.
See pace bowlers go to that ball more and more these days in the Big Bash and the various short form tournaments around the globe. Slow ball bouncer. Brave ball with the short square boundaries here.
Absolutely it is. So there's 1 ball remaining in the penultimate over. The Renegades winning the bat flip, electing to bowl first, and it has been all Renegades. Just consistent wickets throughout the innings. It was a 41-run partnership. Ward and Wackham were involved in. Aside from that, it's been slim pickings. Tries to career this down the ground, but will only get the 1. But we'll keep the strike for the last over. Moody finishes with 1 for 29 from his 4. Hurricanes 8 for 123 with 1 over remaining. It's been a nice little partnership. 8 for 103. It was Dire Straits. A little 20-run partnership. Just something to give the Hurricanes a bit of hope.
Yeah, something, and you just don't know how important those 20 runs could be. Could be the difference. T20 cricket you see come down to the last ball or last over quite often. And it's often the bowlers required to do the work with the bat.
It is going to be Xavier Crane. Got the beard happening. It looks like a giant garden gnome with that little goatee beard thing happening.
Yeah, he does. It's a new addition, but looks, he didn't have that last time he was in Darwin.
That's a big hit. That's a great hit. That's 6 all the way. Good shot. Picked it up nice and cleanly. Hit it clean as a whistle. Crone will be disappointed. He hasn't given away too many of those over the course of his 3 overs, but that's a really good shot from Smith.
Yeah, it was a good shot by Smith. We see here, just use his feet down the wicket. Really nice full swing of the bat there. Bat finishing right up over his shoulders. And a few nice little applauds from the couple of Hurricanes supporters sitting next to us.
He said they started off in the shade, as we all did. Notice the locals got the good spot in the commentary position too, just in the shade the whole time. Bit of experience there.
We just
takes the pace off, and that's a good delivery. Last minute appeal, just in case. Haven't seen too many of those given, it must be said.
Beautiful winter's day here in Darwin. 32 degrees, sun's shining, barely a cloud in the sky. And if you're in Darwin and you don't have tickets yet for the remaining games, there's $10. Plenty of great cricket to be played. Finals day down at DXC Arena in Marara on Sunday.
It's good value, isn't it? See some really good cricket. That's a full toss down the side. It's only going to go for 1. I reckon again, Crone's probably got away with 1 there. And he gets Carlisle on strike, who doesn't always laid bat on ball.
Just tick over that 130 mark now. Trying to sneak towards a little target for the bowlers.
Reached the boundary a couple of times in these last 3 balls. It just gives a target to defend at least.
Yeah, if they can sneak their way to 140 here, 10 off the last 3 balls.
Might be wishful thinking, but we'll see. It's going to be a wide. He'll have to bowl that one again.
He's not happy about it either. Crone stands there, hands on hips.
Have you ever seen a bowler happy when given a wide?
I was about to say, there's not many fast bowlers that are happy.
Yeah, I should have just finished that sentence after. Have you ever seen a fast bowler happy? the wry smile occasionally.
No, I don't know many of them.
You keep telling me they win all the flags for everyone. Sure, that's always true, but try and keep them happy and agreed when you can. Still 3 balls remaining. That's just a bit quick. That's got through. That's good bowling from Crone. Now it's a look from the batter. I'll have to look up and suggest that maybe that was too far away.
Not too far off the same ball. Carlisle suggesting.
Hitting those wide Yorkers just inside the markers, that's the key, isn't it?
Really well bowled.
Batters who aren't as proficient.
Absolutely. It's obviously a tough ball to nail, but when you get it right, as he's done there, you just see a little change in the field. Deep point coming up into the ring and short fine leg dropping back to deep fine leg. Might see him bowl a fraction straighter here this time.
Straight in at the batter. You're going to try and run hard here and get 2 because you didn't hit it all that hard, and that's the only way you can get 2. Well run, well played. Almost took the pace off the ball himself there, Carlisle. Scampers back for 2. Well, the scene is set. If they would like to get to 140, at least have the target as 140, this is the way.
Last ball. Got to go as hard as he can here. 10 off the over so far. Boundary here at Bankit, their biggest over of the innings.
I can really see Crone giving full pace, but who knows? Last ball of the innings. Carlisle hits this one out to deep mid-wicket. Will only be the 1. So a good effort there. Funnily enough, it ends up being their biggest over of the innings. The final one, 11 from it, 8 for 134. And the Melbourne Renegades Academy will be very pleased that they've kept the Hurricanes to 134. Good knock from Smith at the end there, 22 from 16. Tim Ward, who got a life on 13, made 35 from 20. A couple of 15s to Wackham and Prestwich, but all in all, probably a disappointing scorecard.
Yeah, disappointing scorecard. A few starts. None went on with it there, unfortunately, just looking through the bowling card. Plenty of spin bowled through the middle. Stowe, pick of the bowlers, 4 overs, 2 for 21. 2 quicks up top. Started well with a couple of wickets each.
Yeah, plenty of overs of spin in there for the Renegades, which may just have an inkling as to what the Hurricanes need to do if they are going to try and defend 134. It's going to be tough. 6.75 and over. As the chase straight through there, Moody early. 1 for 20, 2 for 23, 3 for 31, and could have been an early finish. This was absolutely plumb. Well bowled from Callum Stowe, and I do agree. I think he was the pick of the bowlers. It's never easy.
Yeah, he was. It was a pick of bowlers for mine. Just changed his pace, bowled plenty of change-up deliveries, and we just see Radhakrishnan started the trend of batters playing across the line early. As we see that continue, probably an unlucky one there for Ward. Bat onto hip, onto stumps.
He threw his head back. Peak, of course, the other wicket. Good catch from Lemire there with the gloves. And as is the skipper's right, he bowls 1 over, 1 for 4, takes himself off and says thanks very much.
1 to my name, and that'll do me.
Probably have a job to do with bat in hand as well. So it's 8 for 134. We'll take a break now for the innings break and be back. The Renegades need 135 to stay in this tournament.
Are you looking to hit your studies for 6? Make the move to Australia's Northern Territory and start a world-class partnership where your potential can glide through boundaries and you can rack up runs in places you never imagined. Enjoy our laid-back lifestyle and help us build what's next. When this over is over, think about getting on a good wicket and consider studying in Australia's Northern Territory. Authorised by the Northern Territory Government, Darwin.
Visiting Darwin, Australia? Make your stay a winning one at Darwin Airport Resorts. Just minutes from the airport and a short drive to the city, it's the ideal base for travellers chasing sun, culture or the cricket. With 3 comfortable hotels, 2 inviting pools and 2 on-site dining options, everything you need is right here. Relax, recharge and enjoy the top end at Darwin Airport Resorts.
Are you looking to hit your studies for 6? Make the move to Australia's Northern Territory and start a world-class partnership where your potential can glide through boundaries and you can rack up runs in places you never imagined. Enjoy our laid-back lifestyle and help us build what's next. When this over is over, think about getting on a good wicket and consider studying in Australia's Northern Territory. Authorised by the Northern Territory Government, Darwin.
When you move here, it's not just for work, it's for life. Here, culture isn't something you leave behind. It's something you bring with you and share. Great jobs, no long commutes, and weekends that start as soon as Friday ends. From the red desert to the tropical north, this place doesn't just welcome you, it transforms you. Australia's Northern Territory. New boundaries, new territory.
It's a very warm welcome back to Gardens Oval. It is match 24 of the 2025 Top End T20 Series, proudly brought to you by Tourism NT. Pete Laser and Jack Doyle with you. And it has been all Renegades so far. They won the bat flip. They sent the Hurricanes in consistent wickets across the 20 overs. And the Hurricanes ended with 8 for 134. 31-run partnership for the ninth wicket, so at least put a total that they can defend, but it's not going to be easy work. And Jack, you've played here at Gardens Oval, you know the wicket, you know the conditions. With 50-metre boundaries square of the wicket, it's going to be tough to defend.
Yeah, it is going to be tough to defend short square boundaries, as you touched on, and obviously the power in the Renegades top order here with Brown and Dixon up top. Expect to see them make full use of this 4-over power play.
Josh Brown, Harry Dixon, Ollie Peake. It's a fairly intimidating top four. Jai Lemire is coming in at 4, and we know he can bat as well. So the Hurricanes are going to have their work cut out for them, but ground out 134, and I say that because at 8 for 103 with 4 overs remaining, it could have been a lot worse. They could have capitulated and folded. They didn't do that. That leaves them with a slight chance.
Yeah, 130 looked a long way away at times there throughout that batting innings, and Brown to face the first ball of the second innings. He's played his fair share of cricket here in Darwin at Gardens Oval.
In Carlisle. Quick. Keeps a fair way back too. That was pretty quick. Zach Curtin took that. Still on the up, about 20 metres back from the wicket. Well bowled from Carlisle.
Yeah, nice start by Carlisle. And earlier this week was his first game back from injury. Great to see him back out playing some cricket here for the Hurricanes. Originally born in Canberra, came through the pathway system in New South Wales. Played some Cricket Australia 11 and under-19 test even against the Sri Lankan under-19s.
Good shot from Brown, finds the fielder once again. Imagine facing this as an 18, 19-year-old.
Yeah,
Tall, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, he's tall. Actually got up quite close with him the other day, floating around some of the junior club trainings. They've been fantastic, the Hurricanes off field, as have all the clubs.
Well, yeah, I was going to say the strikers have done it, Stars and Renegades as well. They get out there, get amongst all the local clubs and schools. And that's what they're doing as well. They're playing cricket, but promoting cricket. The more people love cricket, the more cricket there will be to watch and play. It's a nice shot again, but once again, the field set perfectly. A slip, backward point, cover and mid-off. All inside the circle on the offside. Then lob it on, deep mid-wicket, leave square leg and short, fine leg inside the circle. Very wide, mid on there.
Yeah, got a similar field to the Renegades first up here, 6-3 offside field. Third man, deep mid-wicket out.
Yep. Bowl. Quite balanced at the moment, Brad, just trying to get into his work. You know, it won't take too many balls for him to get his eye.
No, generally it doesn't take him long, and once he does get going, he's a hard customer to stop, as we've seen at top level in Big Bash cricket. For both the Brisbane Heat and the Melbourne Renegades. Brown, see a fair bit of bounce from Carlisle here in this first over. Brown still just trying to work out the wicket.
You know, he just oozing length though. Brown will be all over it with the short boundary on his leg side. 49 metres to the rope.
He's a strong boy too. Won't have to get too much of it to get it over those ropes.
Dropping the pad but missing, and it was out to the offside. So they don't have to rush here, the Renegades, but they also don't want to get caught in any rut. I don't think they would with Graham Dixon at the crease. Important though to stay positive. We're talking about how you don't want to sort of try and chase it in 5 overs. You've still got to play the game that's in front of you.
Yeah, you do, and I think that's probably what the Hurricanes will be looking for here, is just to build some dot ball pressure on Brown and see if they can draw a rash shot early in the power play. Obviously know how destructive he can be.
That's well bowled. Let's start with the maiden. Let's see that too often in T20 cricket. Well bowled from Ian Carlisle. 1 over gone. Score has not changed. It's the first maiden I've seen since I've been up here in the top end.
Yeah, mine as well. This week I haven't seen too many of them, especially players of Josh Brown's calibre.
He's the one, well, though, when chasing and chasing, what can only be described as a mediocre score. It doesn't build the pressure like it does if you're chasing a big total. Chasing 180, you have a maiden, and all of a sudden you've got to get them off 19, whereas chasing 135, just got a few overs up your sleeve.
Yeah, a few overs to have a look and really build your innings. But yeah, you're right, with that bigger total on the board, that required run rate just climbs so quickly.
Okay, Bell now. A freshly shaven scone. And Brown was slow to take off. A direct hit here. Could have been trouble. Dixon was away like a hare. Brown just caught in his haunches a bit. Dixon gives him the big thumbs up. I'm not sure he'll get that back. Not sure it'll be reciprocated.
No, tight run there and better throw, and Brown's in trouble there. Might have been camping on the bat there a little bit at the non-striker's end, not expecting that quick single first ball of the over.
It's an important part of the power play too, isn't it? Like, you do think about the boundaries, but turning the strike over, especially left and right combinations, crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. Left-right combination, as you touched on, for the Renegades here, meaning they'll have the short boundary at either end.
Have you ever seen Brown face 7 dots to start his innings?
No, rare sights here.
Good bowling.
Very good bowling from Bell, back of the length. Probably know the power he's got with that ball that's pitched up. Likes them full, likes a bit of width. Throw his hands through. How have you found your time in Darwin so far this week?
It's absolutely perfect. I mean, you just wake up every day knowing it's going to be 30 and fine and get to watch cricket. Brown's away now. Just pushes to the leg side. I do think having the second game on today, meant to finish at 6, might be a little bit after that, but the Mindle Markets and the Sailing Club, Beach Club, whatever happens to be there, might just have to venture past on the way home.
Rude not to, cross the road basically.
You've got to embrace what the locals enjoy, what's on offer.
Darwin sunsets, tough to beat.
Especially when you know they're going to be great too. Like you said, they'll normally get 14 photos every week from my parents who've got an unbelievable view down at the Mornings Peninsula. They see the sun go down over Mount Martha Beach, and it's amazing. It looks the same pretty much every time, but every time it's just a little bit different. It's always good.
Like I say, just amazing every time.
Yeah. Got a fine day down in Melbourne at the moment. It's 17, 18, 19. Just a normal day here. It's 32 and fine. We're going beautifully. There's certainly no complaints up here. Dixon pushes that one out to the offside. Will take another single. He moves to 2. Tight start here from the Hurricanes. If you're going to stay in the game, they are the only 2 ways. You've got to take wickets, and you've just got to build that pressure, and even if it's that perceived pressure that cuts out an over or 2 from the chase.
Yeah, perceived pressure, which you touched on there, especially these 2 batters that like to get a move on. More dot balls they can sneak in here in the power play.
And gone! Bell straight through Brown. He's gone for 1. Just seemed a little off his tucker today, Brown. couldn't get him away. He's gone for one. And that's a big wicket. 1 for 3. And 2 overs into the chase.
Just angled back in there from Bell. Might have got a little bit wider on the crease. Just snuck that one through. Bat and pad there of Brown, who was looking to whip it leg side through the mid-wicket region. Just gives a bit of advice there to Peak on his way out. But yeah, you're right, Brown just didn't look his usual self there today. 7 dots in a row, out of character. Draws the rush shot there, which we touched on.
I was intrigued by the outgoing batter just giving a bit of advice. I knew what was happening. I probably wouldn't be walking past me.
Yeah, bang on. Absolutely. Just signalling, might have done something a little bit there, Brown. Indicating, came back a little bit.
So it's a good power play so far for the Hurricanes. They needed to have it. They needed to get an early wicket. They need to keep it tight. Well, they've done both of those things. A maiden to start, which obviously adds an element of pressure. That was well bowled from Carlisle, and then followed up by Bell. Not surprisingly, Carlisle's going to get a second one here. This time he's going to be bowling to the left-handed Dixon, and he's going to have to get it right. Dixon's hand-eye is unbelievable. He can really bat.
Yeah, he can. He's obviously come through the underage pathway, under 19s for Australia.
6-3 field, offside 2. So he goes hard, and that's how you do it. That's 4. Wasn't the most convincing of strokes. But you can't poke at it. If you poke at it, you can go. If you go hard, you have every chance to stick around.
Absolutely. With the field up, throw your hands through it. Get enough of it on this short square boundary here. Races away to the boundary.
I'm probably surprised that deep thirds down and backward points in the circle. I'll probably swatch that around. Because you know they're going to go hard with that new pill. Just can't see a late cut or anything sort of getting past that short third. Goes hard again, this time over covers. A better shot, ironically not hit quite as well. And this time we'll only get 2.
Yeah, better looking shot. Didn't get the full lot of that there as he just looks down at his bat, indicating chuck that a little bit. Obviously made headlines a couple of years ago with some massive scores against the England under-19s whilst playing for the Australian under-19s. Dixon, scores of 167 and 148.
Had pace too.
Knows how to get runs, he knows how to get them quickly.
Backs away and tries to heave it away. He picked in the Victorian 50 over setup last year.
Yeah, a couple of games there. Absolutely.
And that's the key, isn't it? We know Chris Rogers up here, the head coach of the Victorian men's side, being able to just blend that youth in with the experience that you've got as well. You always talk about with bowlers and resting here and there, but with batters it's just as important. You want Peter Hanscom to be around with these guys. You want them batting together. That's even better. That's a 6. That's a huge hit. Beautifully struck. You can hit that fence on the full. That's the best of the lot as it clears the rope comfortably.
Yeah, beautiful shot there by Dixon, and a pretty safe shot really with those short boundaries, as we've touched on. Just gives himself a bit of room, and he's hit that off middle stump there by the looks. Up and over, extra cover into the signs on the full. Beautiful swing of the bat there by Dixon.
And what he's trying to do there, of course, now he wants Carlisle to push across a little bit, give him a bit of width, and if he gets any width, he'll throw the kitchen sink at it. Carlisle's got to keep his nerve here. I'm not sure what else he can do as deep third does come into the circle. Goes short, that's in the air. It's going to land safely as fine legs inside the circle. It won't reach the boundary, it'll plug a little bit and it'll take 2. T20 cricket, it's just great to watch. I mean, the standard of cricket's been fantastic, but the entertainment factor has been unbelievable.
Yeah, it has, absolutely. You just see the full swing of the bat again there by Dixon. Fast hands through the ball, and although he didn't get a full piece of it that time. Great watching here at Gardens Oval. Expect to see some fireworks throughout this innings the longer he bats.
Deep square and deep backward point. Don't want to pitch it up too far. Just takes the pace off it. You don't want
put words or thoughts into Harry Dixon's head, but I absolutely knew that he knew it was the last ball of the over then.
1 over left to the power play. I'll have that, you reckons? Yep, absolutely.
A good over, 15 from it. It's already the biggest over of the game so far. Carlisle with a maiden, and then going 4.2.621. So a good over from Dixon. He's 17 from 9. The skipper for today, Peak, yet to face a ball. Tell you what, you must be seeing them okay if you're keeping Ollie Peak off strike. There's going to be a change. Well, luckily for Gabe Bell, who took 1 for 3, and he's only over.
Yeah, Brad Hope with the ball now. WA product that moved down to Tasmania. Scored some runs this week with the bat. Missed out today. Benefit of being an all-rounder is get the chance to bounce back with the ball.
Red skipper, you can bowl when you like too. And that's an edge, and that'll go for 4. Doesn't matter how long the boundary is. Pace on. Dixon went hard. And it rolls across the rope. Do say if you're going to go, you've got to go hard. And that's been Dixon's philosophy ever since he's got into cricket. Head was just a little bit of movement there and a little bit off balance. So Jack's just lost all his sheets.
Yep, all my paper's gone, but that's all right.
I hope you've memorised your notes.
Show goes on.
We're about to find out. That's a beautiful shot. I'm a chance of catching that. I'm a huge chance. Oh, it's just gone past.
Up to us there on the hill. Beautiful shot there by Dixon towards the short boundary. Expect to see him really look to make the most of this power play. 4 balls remaining now. As you just see a replay there. Hope just misses in the slot. A little bit too straight. A little bit too full.
Oh, thank you.
Dixon makes them pay there. Over the commentary tent.
Don't quite know what you've said for the last minute, mate. I've been off getting the ball.
Good chase down the hill by Pete.
They never told me that was part of my job here. That wasn't in the job description whatsoever. Good shot, though. What a great hit. Clean as a whistle. This time he goes over mid-off. Another good strike. Hasn't timed all of them as perfectly as he would have liked, but he's still seeing the ball like a balloon at the moment. 4-6-4, great start.
Yeah, beautiful shot again there by Dixon. Just back of a length again, looked to give himself a bit of room and just slapped it down the ground, really. Stood tall. 14 coming from just the first 3 balls of this over. See a replay here. Just a slap, no footwork, hands through the ball.
Didn't really look like the worst ball either, but I don't really think Dixon cares. 31 from 12. He'd say he was one that we wanted to watch.
Yeah, he was one we wanted to watch, and 3 balls left to the power play. I can't see him stopping anytime soon.
Over the wicket now. And that's another edge. That's going to go down to the boundary for 4.
Gee, it's a tough game for pace bowlers.
Quite know what Hope is meant to do here. He hasn't done a huge amount wrong. He's found 2 edges that have flown for 4. Perfectly timed 6, it must be said over long on, but that would have been 6 on any ground.
He's actually got the field set nicely there. He's got a deep backward point, obviously, for that ball. Unfortunately, can't set a field for that.
18 from 4 balls. And a dot ball. I wanted to make sure he's on strike for this final over. I'm going to say in hindsight, although we said at the start of the over, so it's not really hindsight. Probably surprising that Bell didn't get a second over. When it came down to wickets and comes down, I mean, there's no use saving overs up. No one's going to be bowling the 16th, 17th, 18th over.
No, absolutely. I was going to say it earlier, they've got to bowl them out here, the Hurricanes. You just feel the longer this game goes on, it's the Renegades to lose, really. See the replay of the edge there, flies away down to the vacant 3rd man boundary. Just see a field change here with long on, dropping back, square leg up into the ring.
Still look at that offside, I reckon, that cover mid-off region. That's where he goes through point. Only to take 1, not 2. He's going to come back to get on his skates, but they're quick between the wickets, these two. Nothing like a bit of youthful energy. 20 off the over, 1 for 38. Remembering the first over was a maiden, 1 for 3 off 2. Gone 15 and 20 for the next 2 overs. All it means is the Melbourne Renegades Academy are well on top in this chase. 135 for victory. They've already got it under 197 to win.
Yeah, well and truly on top with the chase here. Strong batting card that they've got. Plenty of power to come through the middle. Jai Lemire, we know what he can do. Wicketkeeper in at 4. But it's all Peake and Dixon at the moment. Just to say that Peake hasn't faced the ballers yet. It's going to be the youngster in Raf McMillan, Possum, right arm off spin.
Yeah, Raf McMillan. I think he played up here last year as well. Did quite well. As you can see, I mean, Peake's obviously a naturally aggressive player as well and reads conditions really well. He's got his mate Harry Dixon down the other end. I dare say this is going to be the anchor roll for a touch. Just dances down comfortably, punches down the ground. You can tell Dixon's got his eye because he's just not wanting to get off strike at the moment. It's always great. I mean, I know you've got to have that game of awareness against as many runs as you can, but when you've got a player who wants to be on strike, as much as Harry Dixon does at the moment, I don't think that's the worst.
No, he sounded like beach balls and probably takes a little bit of pressure off the youngster to skip it down the other end in Peake. Just allows him to play his natural game. Dixon will keep the foot down here.
Gets it hard. McMillan gets in the way. I just feel like Dixon's just trying to pick whatever spot he wants to hit it to, regardless of what delivery is in front of him. This one's gone through. He's going to race down to the boundary. It's going to go for 4. That's the last thing that the Hurricanes need. It's 4 buys. Really, Curtin's fault. There was a fair bit going on, but it's just unfortunate that when you've got one of the smaller totals to try and defend, you need everything to go in your favour.
Yeah, you do. Unfortunate miss there for Curtin. Dixon keeps strike.
Turned around the corner just for 1. Of course, now they just need to run a ball, which in T20 cricket is a fair way under the odds. Peake just getting into his work. He'll just try and score for every ball, turn the strike over. If he gets one to hit, he probably will, but 1 for 45, they're flying at 9 and over at the moment. And that's all thanks to Harry Dixon, who is it's a very good touch early on. In his innings, he's 38 from 18, Peake 2 from 3.
Going to see the spin continue here as we just look at the worm there. The Renegades well and truly above that Hurricane worm. Just see 3 wickets that fell in this period for the Hurricanes. Renegades will be hoping to not lose those wickets in clubs. Looks as though we're going to see Radhakrishnan into the attack. Known Pete, he can bowl with his left and his right arm.
It's quite remarkable, isn't it?
Expect to see him stay with right arm off spin, possibly turning the ball away from the left-hander. Keep that ball outside the off stump, away from the short leg side boundary. Expect here.
Tries to fade it through the offside. It doesn't quite get a piece of it, dribbles away. I'm surprised if you can bowl with both arms. I would have thought the left arm tweaker would be the way to go. On overseas tours, that seems to be the one to be doing. George Bailey came out and said we'd love that to bowl that left arm tweaker.
Yeah, crying out for left arm orthodox spinners here in Australia. Obviously, plenty of subcontinent tours in the coming years.
Dances down, absolutely smashes that through cover. That could well be shot of the day.
It's an incredible shot.
That has flown through cover for 4.
Yeah, beautiful shot there by Peake. He used his feet and just smoked it, really. Fast hands, straight through the ball.
Well, we haven't seen a ball timed as well as that for quite some time. Wasn't even really there. Didn't need to be.
Beautiful cricket shot there by Peake.
This time goes to reverse and flicks it over what was short third. It ends up being short 5. And And that's got enough on it to go for 4. Oh, I don't think we're going to see Ollie Peak in these tournaments for too much longer.
That's a beautiful cricket shot again there by Peak, just showing his class. Comes down the wicket, belts it over cover, next ball, holds his ground, and just easy as you like off what would have been leg stump, really flicks it up and over the short third fielder.
Australia A Tour of India coming up. I don't know how to play spin. This is a fairly good way to start.
Yeah, he's obviously been getting some fantastic opportunities at that level. Played in the Australia A side here in Darwin recently. Played plenty of Australian underage cricket. Obviously one to watch for the future. Just put a couple of hundreds over in India for the Australian 19s.
This time Dixon just pushes out to the leg side. Just looking to score each and every ball and putting the pressure back on the Hurricanes here. They'll take 10 from that over. It's 1 for 55. 80 now required. There's still 14 overs remaining in this innings. Not sure what sort of answers the Hurricanes can have. They wouldn't be holding off the strike bowlers for too much longer. They need to remove one, if not both, of Peak and Dixon if they're going to be a chance here. This is future of Australian cricket right here. Certainly future of Victorian cricket.
Yeah, absolutely. Future of Victorian cricket and hopefully future of Australian cricket. Obviously, both highly rated juniors, both left-hand attacking batters. There'll be some opportunities moving forward at the top level, no doubt.
Just looks like they're batting on a different wicket. We thought the wicket was pretty good. It was certainly very consistent. There's one that kicked a little away from Callum Stone. Aside from that, we also want to give credit to the bowler too, but it just looks like everything's just coming up beautifully. He's going to bring himself back on this time. The other end from where he was, he started at the Mindle Beach end. Now he's decided to go to the city and see if he can conjure up something around the wicket. And that's going to hurt. Funny for everyone except for Dixon.
I just winded him there a fraction by the looks. Dixon, he's down on his haunches there.
I'm not sure that's true. I just left it open for you, Jack, just in case.
Very good.
The Darwin boy there, very good. This is where the trainer, the physio, everyone comes out. All they do is ask questions. You know, if you hurt your arm or your leg, they rub something on it, they spray something. Here they just go, how you feeling, mate?
You look after that one.
Yep.
Bit of moral support here for Dixon.
Just make sure the count's the same and they say thank you very much. As they always say, I think it would have been David Lloyd who said, get rid of the pain and keep the swelling.
Very good.
Let's be honest, it's 1 for 55 after 6, chasing 135 for victory. These are the little moments of cricket that when you've spent a lot of time, as I have, watching other blokes bat because you're already out. These are the sort of rubbish conversations that you become an expert in.
Yep, I'm all too familiar with watching other people bat. Part of the game, unfortunately, that we love.
He's going to have to regroup here. Hope's not going to feel bad because it was Dixon who hit him for 20 in his first over.
I don't expect him to stop either. I expect to see him keep targeting Hope here. Might have just picked him as the bowler he wants to target.
Just got to be careful here though. Mid on, mid off at back, and it is into a slight breeze. He goes short though. There's no one there. Not quite sure why he'd be bowling short of a length with mid on, mid off back, and fine leg inside the circle.
No, interesting ball there from Hope. Short, with the field really set for a full ball down the ground. Obviously, bigger boundary straight. It's too easy there for Dixon. Just helps it on its way. Over backward square leg.
He does swing hard, but he doesn't look like he's trying to hit the cover off the ball at any stage. Many times I've seen him look sort of out of places when he's sort of going too hard at the ball. He's just easing it like he does with that one. It looks fantastic. And gone. Hit it straight back to Hope. He takes the catch. Dixon is out, caught and bowled. He doesn't want to go, but he has no choice. He's gone for 43. It's 2 for 59. Maybe there is just a little bit of Brad Hope left for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, a little bit of hope, possibly, for the Canes. As we just see a little replay here. Dixon just clears that front leg, times it well, but really well taken by Hope, who just tosses the ball. A little bit disappointed with his first couple of balls of the over.
He's taking the wicket, so can't be overly disappointed, I would have thought. As John Lemire comes in, he's got a bit of support here in the crowd. Really good player. Won plenty of premierships with Carlton and Premier Cricket. Very good with the gloves.
Yeah, kept well today. Unlucky one signalled as 4 byes against his name, but outside of that, kept beautifully. As Dixon still makes his way to the pavilion on the other side of us.
It's Inzamam ul Haq type walking off.
Yeah, wasn't happy with himself there. He's obviously off to a flyer, 43 off 22. Disappointed not to have gone on and made that a really big one and finished the innings not out there for the Gades.
So Lemire's in. Hope, who went for 24 from his first 8 deliveries.
Just a bit of chainsaw action going on in the background. Some trees being cut down across the road from us here at Mindle Beach.
Yeah, just easily plays out to the leg side. You always know which players have got the support in the crowd too when they're cheering ones. Gentle clapping for boundaries of other players and then getting right into it. I like it. That's the sort of support you should have.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see family take some time to travel up to the Northern Territory and see what it's got to offer here in Darwin. No better time to be here. Watch a bit of cricket, do a bit of travel.
So if you're going to visit, this is the time. This is unbelievable. Nice little slight breeze coming through too. He can just push that onto the leg side. Runs the first one hard. It's reached the circle edge. Hope's almost cleaned up his teammate. Would have been paid as a below the knees free kick if it was AFL, but the teammate just jumped over him and all is well. 1 for 26 Hope with 1 ball remaining in his second over. A good comeback here. It's a good catch too. Probably didn't make enough of the catch that he took from Dixon.
It was a really good catch, actually just quite casual too about it. Took the catch, turned his back on it and just popped the ball on the ground.
I feel like it took the crowd just a little bit of effort and time to realise what had happened. He just plays that one down the ground. So 6 from the over and a wicket as well. So a good comeback from Hope. Takes some courage to bring yourself back on after your first over's gone for 20, but he's done well. He's removed the dangerous Harry Dixon 2 for 61 from 7. Still less than a run of ball, so there's still plenty of work to be done for the Hurricanes to get back into this contest.
Yeah, you really feel they've got to take the wickets now, the Hurricanes. They're not going to win the game with the runs they've got on the board, so they're going to need wickets. If it goes the distance, you just feel the Renegades will take the runs off as they like.
Look at those 3rd and 4th overs though. Firstly from Carlisle and then Hope, 15 and 20. Down the wicket, didn't get anything on that and scurry through for an inside edged run to peak. Moved to 13 from 10. Here the new batter is joined. Plenty of opportunities here for players, both of youth and experience in the top End T20 Series, sponsored by NT Tourism, showcasing the best of Darwin and surrounds here. Beautiful garden's oval. This is an absolute picture. Cross and another single.
Just see Radhakrishnan turn to his right arm off spin against the right-hander. Persist with his left arm orthos here.
tactical skill. In goes hard. Get it past Christian. Short, and that's hit firmly, and that'll be 6. Over the rope, just missed his mark slightly. And Peake was onto it like a flash.
Yeah, again, you don't have to miss by much here. As a bowler, Peake just rocks back. Might have got a little fake reverse sweep there and just gets deep in his crease instead and just belts it over the mid-wicket boundary. He hasn't missed by much there, but made full use of it.
This one's in the air through the vacant point region just for 1. How well are you seeing them and how well are you backing yourself when you're doing fake reverse sweep movements? Dean Jones used to put just 1 foot out to the leg side and all of a sudden everyone thought it was revolutionary. The game has moved along at light speed.
Yeah, absolutely. Game's come so far. Batters obviously 360 degrees and score these days.
It's hit in front. He slipped over. Needs to get back in the crease here. Once again, there's a fair bit happening. And here just patting down where his spikes took a bit of a gouge out of the wicket.
Not happy with that. Radhakrishnan shakes his head, grabs his hat from the umpire. Wouldn't mind seeing a replay there to see how close that was. Here it is, as we ask. Just outside the line.
Hit him outside the line of off stump. Good decision. I mean, depending how the decision goes, batters and bowlers are never happy, but I must say that umpiring from the games I've seen so far has been first class, been really good.
Yeah, the umpiring's been great to date in this tournament, and some great opportunities for local Darwin umpires as well.
Down leg side. Peake was looking for 2. And he was ready to go for quiet, but sent back. No need to do anything stupid at this stage. They're all over the Hurricanes at the minute.
Yeah, you just feel something has to give here for the Hurricanes. They need a wicket. See if they can break open this Renegades middle order.
That's a beautiful shot from Lemire, backward at point for 4. Just a little bit of width. Maybe he didn't get the length he wanted either, but Lemire quickly adjusted and smashed that backward at point.
Yeah, beautiful shot. Gave himself a bit of room here, possibly. Stayed leg side of the ball and just hands. Straight through the ball, behind point. Raced away to the boundary and rightfully applauded by the crowd.
This time he tries to heave it to the leg side. That went the other way. And I'm not sure that he didn't pick it. He just didn't hit it.
Yeah, didn't hit it. Just signalling maybe a bit of extra bounce there, possibly, as we just see, yeah, the keeper's signal. Zach Curtin signalling he took that one up near his shoulders.
Quicker perhaps too. This one's on the full and he pushed it to the leg side for 1. Again, just all the pressure off because of those 2 big overs early from Harry Dixon, the 15 and 20. When you're chasing 135, just put your head of the game. They want to continue on here. They want to keep the foot down. Saw it last night with the Pakistan Shaheens. They jumped to 2nd spot on the table by having a huge win over the Strikers. No, yeah. They were 2 and 2. They needed a big win.
Yeah, absolutely. The table's tight up the top.
And that's gone miles in the air. It's going to land just inside the rope and then trickle into the boundary for 4. The reverse flick once again from Peake. He plays it so well because he sees the ball so early and picks up length quicker than most.
Yeah, it's a fantastic shot there by Peake. As we just see a replay here again, he's taken that from leg stump up and over the short third man fielder there, and it just slowly trickles its way into the boundary down in front of us here in the commentary box or tent.
2 for 80 from 9, 55 required from 11 overs. They need 5 and over. Don't think that's going to be of any consequence whatsoever to the Renegades. They are here to really put their stamp and authority on the game. They've been doing it they did it with the ball, predominantly in the field. A couple of little hiccups along the way, but as a general rule, I thought they bowled and fielded really well. It's Gabe Bell. Surprisingly, he didn't bowl that second over the power play. But now he's got the chance to come back.
Yeah, you feel they may have left it a little bit late here to go back to Bell. Just the 50-odd runs required. His first over as he touched on 1 for 3.
So we've got 5 inside the circle, so they're adding a little bit of pressure here to Lemire. Hits it well, and then a fumble. Some days it's ideal day or it's not. But at the moment, Hurricanes probably feel like the latter.
Yeah, poor let off there. Point, obviously, bringing that extra man inside the ring. Bowl as many balls as possible at Lemire, but let off first ball of the over.
He's not going to want to miss his length here. His big wicket goes back. Finally comes inside the circle. Mid-on and mid-on both being dropped back. Late cut, tries to beat those 2 men backward at point and does. It's going to race away to the boundary again. He can just play all the shots against all the deliveries.
Yeah, scoring 360 degrees here at the moment is peak. He's pulled out reverse sweeps, shots over cover, and then that just a nice little delicate touch behind point for 4. Little touch there by the fielder wasn't enough to stop the ball racing
Pace
away.
on, he uses their pace and pace off. He hits them hard. It's pace off right there. Have to get through for a single quickly. It's a good throw. Some good backing up from Matt Wright coming in from long on.
Well bowled there by Bell, just taking the pace off, and you see Peake wanting to possibly go that ramp and then just adjusts and dinks it out into the offside for a single. Looks very busy at the crease, does Peake. Minimal dot balls.
Lemire, who's looked nice and solid, 8 from 8. The short one, swats it away back on a square. It's a good shot. And a diving attempt down on the boundary, can't stop it. Bell just trying to get into his grill just a touch, but Lemire was equal to the task and hit it in front of his face for 4. But the bubby's gone.
In fact, might have been, yeah, over his head there. Really nice shot there by Lemire, beautifully controlled.
Yeah, that's what it was. Control, beautifully controlled, which isn't always easy when it's out of your eye line. This time it goes long over long on. Now that is a very, very long boundary. It's going to roll and into the boundary. Good shot. Probably didn't get quite all of it, but hit it well enough. They're out over the Toblerones and 4 more. This is now a big over.
Yeah, big over this for the Gage, as we just see there. Not a bad ball by any stretch, but Lemire just gives himself a bit of room and belts it up and over that leg side fielder that was in the ring, who now drops back to the boundary for the last ball of the over here by Bell.
Tries to go through the offside and doesn't quite work, but still 14 from the over. Another good one. They've really set themselves here. So we're 10 overs, we're halfway through the allotted overs. And something tells you that it's not going to take that many. That an over of 20 and over of 15 and that of 14. So if you can get 49 from 3 overs when you're chasing 135, it's going to set you up pretty well.
Yeah, and they've obviously just built some nice partnerships here, the Renegades, which is what the Hurricanes failed to do. Just couldn't string enough partnerships together in that top order. The Renegades started nicely here, and it's going to be Louis Smith into the attack. He's actually playing some club cricket up here for the Southern Districts Cricket Club and was called upon to represent Australia A couple of weeks ago against Sri Lanka A in his first class debut, just by a matter of chance. A few pace bowlers went home injured. He was next man in line, going well up here in the local competition, which fantastic opportunity.
Absolutely. Got to be ready, don't you? Another ramp, and that's got miles in the air. It's going to bounce just inside the boundary rope, and of course it bounces over for 4. Peake just seems to be seeing the ball clearer, bigger, and earlier than anyone else who's playing this game at the minute.
Yeah, he does, Pete, and again, it's just amazing how far the game's come. You just see first ball of the spell there by Smith. My old man to be watching, and his advice would be, first ball, just have a look at the new bowler, get your eye in, and Peak just gets down on one leg and ramps it over the keeper.
I think my old man's still playing the first hour in the V.
Yep, mine too.
The V, this is like an inverted V. This is behind the batter, hits him everywhere. So fine leg's dropped out now. And it's gone hard and over, backward point for 4 more. By changing the field, all it does is just change where he wants to hit the next delivery. It brings up the 100 from 62 deliveries. It took 89 deliveries for the Renegades to get, for the Hurricanes to get their 100. They're on a mission here. They do not want this game to just float along.
No, they are. They're on a mission here, absolutely. You touched on that net run rate being so important. It's tied up the top, and the Renegades really seeing their opportunity now to put the foot down and accelerate this game along.
A year ago, there's kids bowling at this guy at Geelong Grammar or Geelong College. I mean, imagine playing school cricket against this. It's short, and this time he turns with the ball down to that deep fine leg.
Told he's a pretty good Australian rules footballer as well. Peak.
They all are. Matty Wade was. But Maxwell's probably one that surprises, a really good footballer. Of course, Alex Carey was the under-18 captain for the Giants. Some good players that have gone through. From an Australian cricket point of view, an Australian cricket lover, I'm pretty happy that Ollie Peake's chosen cricket.
Big future ahead, no doubt.
Footy only gets back with 20 of the blokes. Here we go back for the whole country. Yeah, trying to push that into the gap. But even Peake, when he's batting with Dixon and putting him on strike because he knew he was striking them well. Well, that game awareness for a young fella is just unbelievable.
Yeah, youngest player in the Renegade side today, and he's their skipper, which obviously shows you what the coaches think of his game awareness and knowledge.
The coach was the youngest ever Victorian skipper. John Scholes said, no, Cameron White's the guy. He should be the captain. Uppersley played to cover, no run. That's right, certainly with cricket, probably more so than other sports as well. When it's above the shoulders, some players just have it, and they know they're good leaders. You don't have to be the loudest. You don't necessarily need to be the best, but if you're a good leader, it does help that he's probably with a rocket going up the list of best players in the comp, though.
Yeah, absolutely. He's obviously just one of those guys that people naturally flock to.
You're going to want to enjoy watching him bat, it's fair to say, because over the next 12, 15 years, we're going to see a lot of it. Another good over. 2 for 104, 10 from it. Just those double-digit overs, there's been so many of them. Wasn't necessarily a bad over from Smith, but when it starts with a ramp flick that goes for 4-1 bounce into the longest boundary, just on top of your game, aren't you? Peake is 39 from 21. Lemire 17 from 14.
You just feel they haven't had to take too many risks either, really. They're doing it quite comfortably at the moment, the Renegades. It's been great to see Peake just go from knocking it around with Dixon to now taking a bit more of that power role, looking to find the boundary a little bit more often.
So the skipper's going to bring himself back on, Brad Hope. Went for 20 in his first over as Dixon hit him everywhere. Then got him in 2 ways, one in the solar plexus and one out. What's he got for us here, though? Hurricanes will be just looking to try and stretch this game as long as they can. Batters have other ideas.
Amir just trying to find that long on-fielder down the ground for a single. Couldn't do so. Mid-wicket man runs a nice line there to cut that one off. But unfortunately, the dot ball doesn't really create any pressure for the Hurricanes.
It's a good opportunity for me just to be out there and just keep batting. See the team home. Solidify your spot. That was just a little fuller and straighter. Flicked to long on for 1. Moved to 18 from 16. Peake 39 from 21. So there's 30 more required. And plenty of overs in which to do so. So the attention turns to, without too many twists in the tail, the play of the match and where those honours will go. Carl Stowe bowled well. Did he bowl well enough to be the best player in the comp, or is it in the game, or is it Harry Dixon or Ollie Peake who have been a class above in the chase?
Yep, Dixon definitely made the wicket look different to anyone else.
And do you get any kudos for the captaincy also? Peake captained really well, I thought, got his field right more often than not. Bowling changes was good, took a wicket.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, little wicket, some good bowling changes, field settings. He'd be there or thereabouts in the conversation, that's for sure.
Considering it's you and I have to have the conversation.
He's already in the conversation.
That's quite literally.
You've started.
Yeah. Shorter, smash from Lemire. It's gone down the long line. It's going to take a good catch, and it is a good catch. You'll be disappointed with that, Lemire. He's got too much of it. Hit it too straight. And Wright takes a very good catch down at long on. Hope gets a second wicket. Lemire's gone for 18. So the damage has been done. 3 for 106. A 47-run stand between Peake and Lemire there.
Really nice catch, actually, by Wright there, who was sort of 10 metres in from that long, straight boundary. Ran in and took it nicely down around his ankles. Beautiful catch. So we're going to see the left-handed Dylan Brasher make his way out to the crease for the Renegades. He was in the Stars Academy last year here in Darwin. He's played a bit of local cricket for the Darwin Cricket Club.
He's dominated Premier cricket for the last few years, back in Melbourne as well. Really, here's a chance to be out there and in match conditions and face some bowls you don't normally face, but also support his skipper and get them home. That's pretty much all Cameron White and the coaching staff at the Renegades will be hopeful for today. 29 to win. We've still got 50 balls remaining.
Yeah, you feel if the Canes are any chance of making this a tight game, they need some back-to-back wickets here. Renegades are cruising at the moment and no need to take any risks.
5 inside the circle again. Brashy hits this one beautifully. How's that for a first shot? Just onto the front foot and absolutely creamed it through the covers for 2.
Fantastic shot, just stood tall, bit of width and just belted it through the offside, really.
Well, you talk about how the first balls have changed. That was outside the eye, like that's perfectly timed. Just looks like he's been batting for the last half an hour.
Yeah, don't worry about having a look at the wicket or the bounce or the bowler, just throw your hands through it first ball. Easy as that.
You know what, do it twice. Gets another single out. So Brasher will move to 3 for 109. Hope picks up a second wicket. Just 5 off that over as well, but the game does seem more than likely heading in the Renegades' favour. It's just how quickly they can get these remaining 26 runs and how hard they go to try and get them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be interesting to see what the Hurricanes do with their field. Just looking through the bowling card. Hope come back really nicely after the first over. He bowled, went for 20. The last 2 overs, 2 for 11. Be interesting to see if they can just bring an extra fielder or 2 inside the ring. We know the power surge, when that's taken off and brings about wickets, it just forces the batting team to possibly take a few extra risks that they may not have otherwise done.
And I would have thought in the chase, when you're doing comfortably, well, there's no way you'd take it at the moment.
Absolutely not.
I understand the element of trying to get it done quicker, but whilst they're hitting them as well as they are with the field spread, no pressure on. Don't invite pressure onto your doorstep. Pressure again. He's faced 3 balls. He's hit each of them from the middle of the stick.
Yep, straight out the middle of the bat, absolutely. 2 left-handers at the crease.
So Carlisle started with a maiden, and then his second over went 15.
See what Peake's got in store for us now. Has been off strike for a little bit down the other end.
Covering mid-off inside the circle as they are behind square on the offside. And that's where he goes and gets just over backward point. couldn't have gone any further back. He was standing on the circle. He knew that was the one of two areas that Peake was going to aim if he could. I can't think it'd be harsh to say that was too wide. There wasn't a lot of width there on the ball.
No, there wasn't. And Peake just signalling he wanted to get that higher by the looks. Didn't quite get the height on it he wanted, but 4 runs to his name nonetheless.
This time backs away and just drops it on the offside for a single, and Brasher was alert to the opportunity. Gets down the other end. Peake moves to 45. Renegades 3 for 115, 20 to win.
Just feels something has to change here for the Hurricanes. It's just a matter of time, really, that the Renegades tick these runs off. Really like to see them bring an extra fielder or two into the ring, try and create a little bit of perceived pressure, see if they can bring a false shot.
Short end turns with it. It's in the air. Won't make it down to right on the boundary. Then there's a shot that stumps at the bowler's end. Thankfully, there's some backup for it. Just trying to keep Dylan Brasher honest. Amble down the pitch.
Yeah, just a little flick off his hip out to the deep and then just trot down the wicket. Wright was having none of it.
Maybe a few frustrations in purple at the minute. 45. Again, just drops and runs. Batted well in partnerships here, the Renegades. It's a maiden first up, and they lost Josh Brown early, but since then, it has been all Melbourne Renegades Academy.
Yeah, it has, absolutely. I've loved watching Peake go about his work here. He's started slow, knocked it round, let Dixon do the hitting, then Dixon fell and he took some power hitting upon himself and just eases back down and nudges some singles now after the fall of a couple of wickets.
Short, and this one's smashed high and long, and that's gone into the pavilion. 6 runs from Brasher. He just waited on that. Carlisle probably just needed to be a bit quicker and a bit higher. Well played from Brasher, though.
Yeah, it's a tough ball to bowl here at Gardens Oval with the short square boundaries. You've only got to get half of it, really.
I thought it was going to the pavilion. It actually wedged underneath in the concrete.
6 runs nonetheless to Brasher. He'll take them.
As you do. The old saying, if you don't ask how, you ask how many. Hit it beautifully. 6 runs indeed. He moves to 11 from 5. Peaks 46 from 25. That leaves just 12 runs for victory here in what has been a dominant performance. It's going to be Gabe Bell. He took 1 for 3 in his first over. His second over went for 14. That's Peake. Took a bit of a liking. 4 away from what will be a deserved half century. Probably just tipped the scales in Peake's favour. It's full, he hits it hard, but into the breeze. Can Wright take it? He can. He takes it easily inside the boundary. It's a big hit, but not big enough. Good, safe hands from Matt Wright as well. Peake is gone. Another who falls just short of a half century.
Little commentator's curse there. 4 runs for his 50 and unfortunately caught out there in the deep by Mac Wright. Second catch to his name. But a beautiful innings there by Peake, who's really set the innings up for the Renegades off the back of a powerful start by Dixon. Peake continued and showed us his array of shots, 360 degrees.
I think Peake would be a little bit disappointed there.
Yeah, I think he would have liked to have been there.
Yeah.
When the winning runs were hit, did the hard work.
So much area out here as well. He's hit it quite literally down, well, not literally down his throat, otherwise the ball would be in his guts, but straight to it. Would have gone down his throat if he didn't take the catch. Wright just takes that easily. Look at this. That's shelling peas.
He's probably hit it a lot straighter than he would have thought. It's a bigger hit there. Had he got it 15, 20 metres squarer. It's a fair bit shorter out that way.
The Renegades just won't want these last dozen runs to drag on. They've been so good, so dominant for all of this match, really.
Yeah, they have, and we're going to see Xavier Crone out to the middle here at number 6 today. Big Chief Will Sutherland having a rest today. Xavier Crone gets an opportunity up the order.
Rolled well, Crone. Last over went for 11, but aside from that, he was tight, took a couple of wickets. And he's tight in defence as well against Bell.
Yeah, watchful start by Crone, but just analyse the situation. No need to do anything too silly. Just the 12 runs to tick off with the more recognised batter in Brasher down the other end.
Slides this one down to deep third for a single. Gets off strike. So Brasher will be looking to finish this off in a couple of hits, you would have thought. Bell will not want to miss his length nor line.
No, expect him to try and keep this wide outside his off stump here, force him to hit the longer boundary of the two. If he misses straight, maybe fetching it from the road.
It's been a while since you had to do that.
No hits on the road in this innings, I don't think.
No. Still plenty of boundaries. Enough to get the Renegades in front. That's perfect length. Going to rush through. Gets the one. When even the perfect delivery still goes for one, you know it's probably not your day. That Yorker length. From time immemorial, it has been impossible to hit those.
Yeah, it was really well executed there by Bell, but Brasher had an answer, just able to dink it into that offside for a single. That's all he needs to do at this stage.
So Crone looks around, they bring deep fine in, mid-on goes back, DSA full and straight again. It's both of those were probably a little too straight. Hit through the mid-wicket region for one.
Yeah, it's too easy this for the Renegades, isn't it? Field spread, plenty of singles on offer. That's all they need to do. I feel this game's just filtering out. Brasher on strike here for the last ball for 14th over.
So boy, he wants strike unless he gets something short. He does neither of the things. It's a fuller slow ball, takes the pace off. Another good over from Bell though. A wicket and only 3 runs. It's 4 for 126. 14 overs gone, 6 remaining. Don't think it will require all 6 overs. 9 runs, all that's required for the Renegades to secure their 3rd win. They started with 2 big wins against the Stars and ACT. A couple of bad losses against Pakistan Shaheens and Nepal yesterday, where they really probably backed themselves to get the 140 and rolled for 106. So get back on the winners list, and also maybe a little bump in their net run rate as well.
It was a popular win yesterday by Nepal. Plenty of Nepal supporters out at Kazali's Arena in Palmerston. It's been great to see throughout the competition.
Beats him outside the off-stump, Carlisle with a nice delivery. Crone just sort of wafting at one outside, off peg. Short 3rd and finally both inside the circle, mid-on, mid-off, both back. They're going to try and tempt Crone to hit in the air down the ground, which we know is a huge hit. He's got the breeze. It's over his right shoulder at the moment. He actually goes big, but it goes over into the vacant deep 3rd territory for 4. The Hurricanes can't take a trick today.
You've seen a fair bit of cricket, Pete. Obviously, you've called that, try and tempt him to go down the ground, which he has. And unfortunately for the Hurricanes, it's a massive outside edge over the short 3rd fielder and trickles away to the longest part of the ground. They can't take a trick at the moment.
I hope he'd be standing there. Brett Hope, the captain, skipper, would just, what can I do here? Not only have we got the plan in place, we've executed the plan beautifully. He gets an edge and it goes over short 3rd for 4. So 5 required now. That'll be one of them.
which will leave Brasher on strike with 4 runs to win in what has been a commanding performance from the Renegades Academy. No one player has really dominated. 46 to the skipper Peak, 43 to Dixon, a couple of wickets to Stowe, a couple of wickets to Crone. I just think the all-round performance from the Renegades is probably one of the things to be happiest with.
Yeah, it has been an all-round performance. Plenty have stood up when needed. Expect to see them go deep into the finals campaign of this tournament.
You're going to need a 4th win after this. She tries to... Crone was on his back foot. Didn't think there was going to be a single there. So just lifts his hand in apology to tell Brasher called him through.
Get through easily enough in the end.
3 required. I'd like to get it done in the next couple of balls. You would have thought if you can do it in 15 overs, it would be a convincing win in a T20.
Yeah, they'll be looking to get it done this over, you'd think, the Renegades.
3 to win. And it's got miles in the air. It's going to take some catching too. Don't worry about that. He's come around, takes a beauty. That's a really good catch. That is not easy at all. That went a long, long way in the air. Had to make a lot of ground, and that's a really good catch from the skipper, Hope.
Yeah, covered a lot of ground there, did Hope. Never easy, running backwards. Had a fair way to go. They work so hard on their fielding and training. Just get a little replay here. See Crone just gets underneath it and skies it. Didn't get the distance he was after.
Some good distance covered there from Hope. And also not easy when you know you've got a teammate coming forward, although he's always out of the frame. Now Nair will join Brasher in the middle.
Yeah, you just see the teammate in the corner of your eyes running towards you, always a little bit unsure.
Carlisle takes his first wicket. 5 for 132. 1 ball remaining in the 15th over. 3 to win. We know what Crone was trying to do. Finish it off. It's just one big hit. Let's see if Nair's got the same mentality as he comes in to face the final delivery of Carlisle's spell today. 1 for 35. Started with the maiden, but since then it's been tough work. Brasher might be looking to come back for 2 here. He is. It's only a short throw. A direct hit could have seen it. A little bit of issue, but they've levelled the scores with 5 overs remaining. Good batting. Arjun Nair just punching into the leg side. Good awareness of just how deep those fielders are with 3 to win.
Yeah, good awareness by Nair, as he touched on. Keeps the set batter in. Brasher on strike. Done well to find 2 there. It's only a short hit that way. Looks as though Raf McMillan has the task of defending the 1 run.
No one ever really wants the ball in their hand in this situation. Sort of on a hiding to nothing. Are they going to bring them all up and just tempt Brasher to try and play a silly shot?
We have to bring them all up, don't you? There's still 2 back here on the leg side, but scores are tied. You'd expect.
I would have thought just that push into the leg side. Just step across, push it for 1, say thanks very much, and
as we say, that deep square comes up into the ring, but still going to leave that deep mid-wicket man. No, he's going to come up as well.
It's fair to say that. He can still block it, run, the game's still over.
I don't reckon he's thinking of blocking it. This will go up and over the field, I think.
It's going to be wide. So that's a really disappointing end to what was an entertaining game. McMillan finishing the game with a wide. Really until the anticlimactic finish, it's probably fair to say, but a strong win for the Renegades. They were the better team all day, restricting to the Hurricanes to 8 for 134 after winning the bat flip, and then comfortably getting the job done with 5 overs to go.
Yeah, done in 15 overs, and as he touched on, a more dominant side with both bat and ball. Today, the Renegades, no clear standout. A couple of 40s, a couple of bowlers that chimed in with wickets as well. Just looking through the batting card there, the Hurricanes got off to a nice start with the ball, restricting Brown to just a 1 off 9, but then Dixon and Peak showed their class Ollie Peake, 46 off 26, probably the pick of the batters there. Dixon got them off to a flyer in the power play before a good caught and bowled by Brad Hope.
So it's all over here. The highlights are predominantly all those of the Renegades Academy. It started with winning the bat flip. It ended with a wide, and in between there weren't a lot of highlights as far as the Hobart Hurricanes Academy were concerned. Knocked over 134, 8 for 134 the 20 overs. We never thought it was going to be enough. Brown went early. They had a little bit of hope at 1 for 3, but then a 56-run partnership between Dixon and Peake. That was followed by a 47-run partnership between Peake and Lemire. And two big partnerships like that would pay to any suggestion that the Hurricanes were still part of this game. Melbourne Renegades, too strong today. They've won by 5 wickets with 5 overs remaining. They are still in the hunt for a final spot. They're 3-2 with a good net run rate boost today. Jack, you have to say that today is just the Renegades' day.
Yeah, today was the Renegades' day. Came out, batted really well inside the first 4 overs. We just see some great shots there by Peake, who really showed his class today. Just an 18-year-old, plenty on his shoulders as the young captain. Took a wicket with the ball, batted beautifully before being caught there by Wright on the fence. See a couple of wickets towards the end of the innings there for the Hurricanes, all in vain.
So it's all over here. The Renegades take the points and will move up the table. The top of the table clash coming up though. Chicago Kingsmen and Northern Territory strike. That begins in just on 2 hours' time. So don't go anywhere. Gardens Oval. The top End T20 Series, powered by NT Tourism, is alive and well as we get to the pointy end.
Great game there for the Melbourne Renegades, comprehensive win against the Hobart Hurricanes. Post-match presentation happening very soon. My name's Amy. Joy being the ground announcer. Stick around, that very long game for Kingston and NT strike is going to be a cracker. I'll keep my in the meantime. So, supporting cricket, the top End T20 Series, shout out to everyone working at cricket. So hard.